fact that I am talking right now as genuine interest. End of speech.
The Fan.
Hey, what it do?
Ahoy!
What up, Portland?
Wow.
I saw
That was an aggressive Portland. There was a little stank on that Portland.
Schulte.
Portland.
I just happened to catch Schulte just a second ago, right before we popped the mics on.
What was the little Schnitzel Wolf doing?
I don't know. Let's talk to him.
Oh.
Schnitzel Wolf, what were you putting in your nose over there, buddy?
Oh, it's Afrin. I use too much of it.
Hey, Afrin, by the way,
It's not good.
be careful. Afrin will eat a hole in your septum.
That is what I've read. I need to get off of it, but allergy season sucks.
I had a
It is an allergy product only.
I had a
Nothing
battle
listen.
in college. I had a battle with Afrin.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
How long was this battle?
I just thought Afrin was great, and I just was like, man, why is my nose, keep having all these problems? And I went in to see the team doctor, and there I was told that I needed to stop taking Afrin.
What is Afrin?
It's just like a.
It's basically a steroid.
Yeah, it stops you from having like runny noses and allergies.
Well, actually, it keeps you from getting blocked. That's this specific kind of Afrin. Like I get my nose blocked super easily, so it clears it up. And I need to breathe to talk and everything. It's kind of important.
But it can, and they tell you on the bottle not to overdo it and only use it for certain periods of time.
72 hours, I think.
Yeah, mine was probably about 3 months. I was on a roll, and I don't know. I was like, it's like, how many bottles? And I was like,
Well, I was just wondering what he was putting up his nose over there.
Oh, I appreciate you. I've been using
it is radio.
Yeah.
I've been using it for years.
That's
and
old.
We
not
party.
That's old school radio.
Radio people party.
Dude, radio back in the day was fantastic.
That was more fun.
Yeah,
Now,
they partied back in the day. We don't anymore.
No one parties.
There was a time where I was on the
Too
air.
corporate.
No, it is too corporate. I was doing a show during like a cleaning party, and that cleaning party consisted of Rubbermaid chests full of ice and beer that everybody was just grabbing and drinking out of. And I may have had a couple on the air. It was fun.
Dude, when I first got
You're
here,
an animal.
remember Marconi?
An Odyssey
Marconi
station.
would put up like newspaper in the window because of the various things that would happen inside the studio. We had people get fired for doing various things inside the studio while on the air. We had someone that may or may not have been selling pills and drugs out of the front of the building.
Oh, no, they were.
Well, I mean,
No,
allegedly.
it wasn't alleged. It was true.
Yeah.
Which is, it's convenient.
I didn't know
we
where-
start at 3.
That's true.
It would be helpful if all of our drug deals went down in between the hours of 2 and 3,
Yeah.
so that we could get them out of the way before we go on the air.
I will tell you, much like the Sharon Moore thing, best practices. If you are going to run drugs out of your radio studio, don't use the front office lady as your mule. She will eventually get tired of that and will rat you out.
We got to pay her.
That's true. You got to cut her in. But even that, again, the Moore thing, eventually, people get tired of your crap. So yeah, the radio back in the day, I don't even get started on the various things that have happened at golf tournaments and the infamous party bus on the way to a Mariner game. That's legendary. May or may not have involved, just stuff happened. Meetings occurred.
Very Trumpian.
What?
What?
Who?
What?
No.
So anyway.
Yeah. Now it's like whatever.
Our
Now we just have
come
Afrin.
in,
By the
we
way,
turn on the mic. We're like, hey, sports, yeah.
Can I score some Afrin during the break? What do we?
Sure.
You want what's up Schulte's
I
nose?
was like, I don't know.
We bleach wipe it a little bit.
Gross.
Might have an unopened bottle somewhere.
He's not giving you his used stuff.
I mean, if you want my used stuff, are you my wife? Like,
That could be. You never know.
you go use your toothbrush, babe.
It's 2025, man. Soon to be 2026. Don't judge.
Yeah, that's true. We'll swap fluids. Let's go.
Afrin's fantastic. I haven't had Afrin in a while, and it's probably for the best. But hey, when you're in Utah, it's hard to get real drugs, so you make do with what you got. Robitussin and like Dimetab, and mix in a little Afrin there. And next, you're having a grand old time.
What are the top allergy drugs? Because I take
Allegra. I think.
Allegra.
Yeah, I think
There's
Allegra.
Claritin.
Yeah, Claritin, Allegra. Although now those stuff's so expensive, you just go get the Costco one. It's like way cheaper.
As long as it's got like the Sudafed in it.
Yeah.
Because if you just get the regular crap without it, it doesn't
No,
really
you need
do
the good.
much,
You
so.
need the good stuff. You need the stuff that'll eat a hole in your nasal cavity.
I didn't think Sudafed did that. It's just easy for people to make meth with, so it's kind of
Yeah.
controlled.
Yeah, it's true.
Good old
that's
Oregon.
so dumb.
You have to have your ID
is.
now.
Yeah,
I don't think you
come
do in
on.
Washington. I remember at one point people were asking me to buy Sudafed for them.
No, they did stop that in Washington compared to Oregon, where my wife and I will go, and I think once a month you can buy like a pack of up to 20 or something. It's stupid.
You know what the other dumb one is? Antibiotics.
What do you mean?
Just why are they behind? Why do you have to have prescription? Come on.
Oh, well.
Well, I think they're made from like plasma, so there's a.
Look
I
at-
don't know.
I don't
I don't
care.
know.
Listen, just throw them out there.
We
Like,
have to show our ID to get cough medicine.
Have you ever
now.
been to
I think
Mexico?
that's
You ever been to
stupid.
Peru? You ever been? I mean, they don't care. They're like, what do you need?
That is true.
What do you need?
Any country, by the way, nice accent.
Thank
and
you. What do you need?
And by the way, if you know what accent he's doing, you're racist. I have no idea what that was. That was just like a weird.
What do you need?
Although
I got stared out of a pharmacy in Peru.
yeah.
Yeah, they didn't like the white guys.
Oh, you just thought you were there.
He
to
just
bring
he
stuff over the
refused.
border?
Well, no, he just refused to serve me,
Oh,
and he
Well,
stared me out
he
of there.
didn't like the cut of your jib.
I mean, it was complete racism.
Get
Yeah.
out of here, you plebe.
I filed suit.
I don't think it works that way in other countries.
I mean, it's just constant for the white guy.
It's what?
It's constant for the white guy.
Well, it's hard, man. Being a middle-aged white guy,
Yeah.
no one has been persecuted.
No one
more than
understands
you.
this.
No one. Rob will not be replaced while he's traveling in a foreign country trying to buy illicit drugs over the counter.
Well, they weren't illicit. I don't remember what I was trying to
You were
buy.
probably trying to buy roids. I know you.
It
Over
was
there
like-
getting who knows what.
I don't know. I think someone was sick or something. So I went over there. I'm like, hey, man,
Yeah.
can I have some of these drugs? And he was like,
Leave.
well, he didn't speak English, but he just
Just stared at you.
politely told me no. Actually, not even politely. And then he stared me out of the. And so I didn't get the drugs.
Yeah, it is a little weird when we were in Portugal last time. I started to feel a little beat up, a little rough towards the end, and it is weird when you go into the pharmacy because you're just like you kind of have to explain away the symptoms, and they're giving you something you have no idea what they're giving you. You can't read the
Yeah.
label or whatever.
Here,
You're like,
try this.
Yeah, you're like, take 2 of these, sure.
I've always
Okay.
wanted to have somebody try this.
Yeah.
Come back. Let me know what happened.
Well, and like you can't buy any even over the counter drugs like at a 7-Eleven or whatever. It has to be at the pharmacy in those other countries.
Exactly.
But
But,
it-
they have everything.
But at that same pharmacy, you can literally buy whatever you
Correct.
want. So
Oh,
I'll take-
Tylenol, Valium, sure.
yeah, whatever you want.
You
It's just kind of
you can get antibiotics, I think.
yeah.
You can get
Yeah, it's kind of a free for all.
you can get it all.
I've had that where I've called my doctor buddy in the States and be like, "What do I ask for?" And he's like, "Just head into a pharmacy. You want this, this, and this." You walk in, you write it down, hand it to him, and next thing you know, you're walking out of there. It's like $30, and thanks for coming.
Freaking America.
Yeah,
I blame Obama.
more of a Biden.
You know,
You know,
you're more of a Biden guy.
thanks Biden.
You're the one.
I'm blaming him.
Oh, you're blaming him.
Yeah.
All right.
What else
Well,
can we
listen.
blame? Thanks Bush.
It's Thursday, and that means how's your delicious cocktail there?
Lovely.
What is that?
It's a Jolly Rancher.
You're drinking a Jolly Rancher?
Yeah, it's wonderful.
Gross.
I beg to differ. It's the nectar of the gods. Thank you very much.
Well, anyway, it's Thursday. I don't know if you know that.
I'm
Usually
familiar.
we have Dan Landing on Thursdays, but he is ducking us yet again.
He's busy going on national podcasts.
Yeah.
Hmm.
I don't know what it is about you, but he's not having it.
Speaking of not liking the cut of our jib,
Yours, yeah.
I was going to ask him, who James Madison reminds him of. I had that question loaded in my hip
And
pocket.
then you know what the answer will be? We can just do that interview right now.
Yeah.
I'm Dan Lanning, ask me.
I wanted, hey, Coach, who does James Madison remind you of?
Oh, no. James Madison.
Exactly. Which is why I had that loaded, and I think he's ducking the tough questions.
A really good team. We really respect what they do on the
Well-
field. They can do some good things.
I mean, they got to say that, but
What an opportunity.
It is an opportunity.
he is ducking us
Yeah.
because I do think that the Dukes of Madison James are in his kitchen.
Having watched 2.5 games now
Yeah, he's worried.
of the James Madison Dukes,
And the games aren't even on, or the game isn't this weekend.
no.
It's not even this weekend.
No. If he's seeing the same thing I'm seeing, I'm pretty sure that he's already
He's hunkered down, isn't
I'm
he?
sure he's moving on to Texas Tech. I mean, I don't mean to crap all over James Madison, but let me just say. Now, to be fair, I did not watch any of the games where they blew people out. I watched the 3 games that were close and competitive, and that one of them that they lost. And boy, it's they're going to struggle a bit. Not certain this run heavy RPO game is going to work against Oregon's front. We shall see. Their quarterback.
Well,
Whenever you watched, remember when they played Northwestern and their quarterback couldn't throw the ball 8 yards that wasn't on like an arc? Dude, that guy's Peyton Manning compared to what I saw from James Madison. So just, something tells me Oregon's not going to be super scared of their passing game.
it's exactly what James Madison wants you to think.
Well, have you seen some of the trolling that James Madison?
They're the best.
Dude, their social media account is freaking phenomenal.
They're winning the week.
They
I
are-
don't even know if it's the actual school. I think it's just a James Madison.
Oh, is that? I assumed it was
man.
the school.
So
No,
hard to tell nowadays.
It's hard to tell. Yeah, I think it's here. Hold on.
There was a video of like Oregon in slow motion running
Yeah.
for a touchdown.
Yeah.
And they're like, "Oh, so slow."
They're like,
Oregon."
oh my God, if this is true, this is the slowest team we've ever played.
Exactly.
They're doing a phenomenal job of trolling. And I want it to be the real James Madison account.
It's at JMU Sports News.
Okay, so it's probably not.
I don't
Yeah.
know that it's there. I think it's just somebody who's a fan.
JMU football is their official
Yeah.
football.
Damn it.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you go to JMU Sports News, look, the Ducks are behind already. They're winning the week.
They are.
They're great.
Is this real? Oregon might be the slowest team we've ever seen. And it's just slow-mo of them running for touchdowns against USC.
The other one was, I mean, they throw out little things like,
Yeah.
here's one that says, passing yards against Georgia State this season. JMU 74, Oregon 0. The Panthers allow an average of 240.8 passing yards per game, and the Ducks had none. Yikes. No wonder Oregon will have a new offensive coordinator with JMU ties next fall.
Boom.
The massive talent gap between JMU and Oregon is overblown. We've been grinding tape, and the Ducks are actually a lot better than people are saying. It would not surprise us one bit if Oregon kept it close in the first half. I mean, it's just, they're phenomenal. I applaud them. And so I feel bad when you're going to lose by 40, but this is fantastic.
Dan Lanning to Michigan makes too much sense, right? As an unbiased party, we'd love to see that partnership.
Yeah. That's a good one.
I was really hoping, because it's got like, I mean, it had like 15, 20,000 followers. So I was like, oh, God, please tell me that's real. Because, you know, sometimes schools will employ or teams have really fun kind of, tongue-in-cheek accounts. But, yeah, it sounds like this is just a fan account. Yeah,
Well, they do a good job.
We write, talk, and tweet about JMU sports. And
Yeah,
it's just
I
created
think-
by couple bros.
I think they're the ones that had the stat that Dan Lanning is 2-3 against purple and gold and 44-4 against all others.
It's pretty funny.
You know, JMU is purple and gold.
Damn
So
purple.
keep underestimating
Yeah.
the Dukes of Madison James at your peril.
What's the spread right now?
20,
21 and a half.
21 and a half.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
Now, had you jumped on it early, you could have gotten 20 and a half,
Yeah.
which is important because 21,
Yeah,
three
that-
tutties.
Yeah.
There's a hook in there.
320s in the hook. We can end up on bad beats. By the way, the Raiders' bad beat from last week might be the baddest beat of all time. Did you see that?
I did.
Oh my God.
Yeah, it was bad.
And I'm convinced that,
But-
yeah, Pete Carroll was in on it. Like, why are you kicking that field goal?
Yeah,
You don't think that's
no,
you
I
don't think that's as bad as
it was a bad beat, but it was a bad way to lose. But I don't think it was as bad as people are saying.
really?
Only because he did. So if you didn't see it, Denver was favored by
I think it was 8.5.
8.5.
Yeah.
They were ahead by 10. Raiders driving. They have no timeouts. They throw a ball to some bro. He catches it, and then they flag the Denver guy for delay of game
because
for sitting on him.
It's
Or
the-
like kind of
yeah.
holding him down.
It's the most ridiculous. There's like 4 seconds left and the game's over. And they
Yeah.
throw the flag.
I mean, you could easily just not throw that, but I mean, he did. I mean,
oh, stop
well,
it.
he did.
Stop it.
he did. And
That's-
so then, so for Pete Carroll then to kick the field goal, he's just hoping, and he even said he's just hoping to have 1 second left on the clock to kick an onside kick. I mean, look, in the NFL, they rarely lay down. Okay, they don't lay down. You fight till the end. You got to show your guys you're fighting to the
He
end.
kicked like a 59-something yard field goal,
Yeah.
like a deep field goal, and it went in.
Covered the spread.
If you bet on the Raiders and you had them covering the 8.5, oh my God.
Never a doubt.
Dude, gambling is it's a hell of a thing.
I saw the Portnoy thing about that.
Oh, he lost it.
Yeah, and he's
Well, and that's
it's like
and
dude,
that's the problem is anytime Portnoy starts, you're going to lose sympathy.
Well-
Dave Portnoy is the Notre Dame of of everyone losing goodwill. But
well, he's a Michigan man. Don't forget.
don't forget,
He's actually having a pretty good time with this Michigan
Yeah,
stuff. It's
yeah.
pretty funny. But
but to lose if that's a
he-
legitimate bet that you had and you lost, oh my God, that is
Well-
knife in between the ribs.
yeah, it's not a. But
and it was the over under as well. Yeah, someone points out.
I would say that I think Portnoy is a gambler.
Yeah, he is. He's a big gambler.
Yeah, so that was clearly all for clicks and reaction. Because if you've gambled for any length of time on sports,
Yeah.
that kind of stuff is going to happen to you.
Yep.
It happens way more than you think. It sucks, but So he was just trying to get clicks. He got him, and then he had to apologize because he said he wanted to kill Pete Carroll.
Yeah.
He said you should kill Pete Carroll.
It seems a bit much.
He should get the gulag.
Yeah, it's a little much.
Calm down, fella.
How
He's
much did
probably
you-
all wasted.
How much did you? Well, yeah, either
On
that.
Sunday.
He's up on Afrin something. Yeah, he's a little fired up.
That guy.
Mhm.
Well, anyway, no, I didn't. I mean, it was a bad beat, but bad beats happen all the time.
Yeah.
Wait till this weekend. That'd probably be another one.
Except when you're on the good beats. Imagine if you
That's right.
were on the other side
That's
of it.
right.
Yeah.
I wasn't on that game,
Yeah.
thankfully.
When you have one of those, you'll never forget. I had one USC. Literally, the guy was running in for a touchdown. It was against Colorado, and I had Colorado in the points. The USC guy broke free on a run with like 10 seconds left, and he was untouched. No one around him, and he slid down at like the 10. And you would have thought that I just won the Super Bowl. I was like doing laps around the house because it happens. It happens for you too. But you think about it, someone on the other side of that was crying because the USC guy had a wide open touchdown and he laid down. Gamble.
All right, let's get to rolling here. No Dan Lanning, 4 o'clock. He is out, ducking us yet again. Hopefully next week,
Ducking us is a choice.
Oh, no, wait. We don't have a show next Thursday.
We don't?
We do not.
No.
Oh, we got Seahawks.
Seahawks Thursday night football,
Yeah,
baby.
who they got?
Is football.
That's a good question.
No one knows. Fantastic.
It's-
Well, anyway.
Are they gonna be okay? Because
The Rams. Divisional matchup. Good one.
You know,
Good.
think about
Good
this.
little
This
matchup.
could be a letdown game for the Seahawks
Good little matchup.
against the Rams because after they murder Phillip Rivers, there's probably going to be some conflicted feelings there, knowing that they killed an old man. This could be hard going into the Raiders. How is Mike McDonald going to get his team right after the death and burial on the field of Phillip Rivers?
Well, I don't know. Hopefully we'll get Dan Lanning next week, but we won't have him today. Not Dan Lanning. We will have some Duck Talk, though. Let's start with the latest on Sharon Moore next on The Fan.
Dirt and Spray. Dirt and Spray.
I'm Dirt.
Did I read correctly?
You know, it says it's 64 degrees out there.
Yeah, it wasn't too bad today.
Can you
It certainly
believe that?
feels like it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a golfing day, baby.
Yeah.
you could.
Too bad we got to work.
I know.
Slaving away here for the man, the Odyssey man.
Hey,
God's sakes.
you saw the temperature. Why didn't you go this morning?
I couldn't.
Schulte's in.
We got stuff to do, Schulte.
Well, so did I.
The
so
Schnitzel Wolf's in shorts, but he's in shorts no matter what.
Yeah.
That's true.
You were gone, but I saw a little fella coming in wearing his little short pants one day, and it was awful weather outside. And I was like, my God. And I did have the realization, I've never seen the Schnitzel Wolf in pants. Ever. I've known him for years, and I've never seen him in a pair of pants.
You know, come to think of it, I don't know that I have either.
No.
I'm trying to think. The only time that would have happened is if we had a holiday party here at Odyssey. And in my
we don't.
3 years of being here, I don't think we have.
Cut
This would
from
be-
the budget.
Yeah, I'm not
That's
surprised.
That's not a thing.
No.
Yeah, why would they give us a holiday party?
No.
But then, like, if it were here, I probably wouldn't. So I'm not sure. Maybe at a wedding. If we go to like a wedding or some like nice like award ceremony or a funeral,
I don't know.
You guys will see me.
Schultz, I
in
got to call
pants.
you out on this one. Because that day you did say that you were going to something nice
Yeah.
later that evening.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, and
And
I had a change of clothes.
You had a change of
Go to a
clothes.
Mannheim Steamroller concert.
Well, I
yeah.
will tell you right now, I'll call you out because I was loitering around. My buddy was coming to pick me up.
Yeah.
And I saw you leave the building. You didn't know that I was watching.
I'm fine.
And I saw you leave the building in your nice outfit. I saw you in the collared shirt.
Still shorts.
Still shorts.
You're damn right, brother. Well,
Yeah,
I went out dancing. I'm not going in pants.
Schultz tried to claim that he was changing into a nice outfit, alluding to that he was wearing pants. Nope. I saw the Schnitzer Wolf in the raw, leaving, collared shirt, still wearing shorts.
Ah, you caught me. You
He's wearing
freaking
like
caught
he
me.
was going to an and one mixtape. He had the coolie baggy shorts on. I was like, yeah, you didn't think I saw. Oh, I saw.
Well,
I
I'm ashamed.
respect it.
I appreciate you.
Easy access on the dance floor, am I right?
Hey, that's
Got
kind
to
of
free
the
up
point.
those calves to boogie.
Yeah, it's true. And the hands to slip somewhere.
Yeah.
All right, well, I got the latest on Sharon Moore, guys.
Well, yeah. Everything, all the rumors, by the way, that seemed too
Yeah.
like far fetched, turns out no, they're all
Yeah,
true.
We got all the deets on this
Yeah,
one.
yeah.
This is one of the rare ones where it all happened in one day, and we know everything.
It's one of the more like
Because
crazy
usually
stories.
it takes so long to piece it all together.
No.
Not this one.
Nope.
Not this one.
Nope. Not
So
up in here.
Here's what happened.
Michigan man.
Apparently, after the DoorDash driver tip,
Mhm.
so the DoorDash driver delivers Plan B to Sharon Moore's office. That's a problem.
Yeah, I don't think that's good.
And some people are saying that's like coming from a
People.
parody account. Some people, it is so hard to.
No, they
confirm.
got. I listen. I've pieced this together. I am following real journalists
I
who are
love it.
talking about this.
Okay.
And apparently, it was a DoorDash driver tip.
Because I got crap. Like people were slamming me saying, Schultz, you got owned by that. I'm like, okay.
I
don't think I did.
I don't know about the Plan B thing. I haven't seen that part, but there was a tip about their
okay.
relationship. And so Michigan sat down with both Moore and the girl
Yeah.
individually, and they both denied any involvement. This was over a month ago.
Yeah.
Well, Wednesday, the girl's position changed and Moore was fired.
She
so
ratted him out.
she went in there saying, hey, he's been stalking me.
Yeah.
I got to come clean on this. Here are texts, here are emails. So she finally came clean because she was scared of him.
Yeah.
So after he got fired, he indeed did go over to her apartment. He broke into her apartment.
Yep.
He grabbed a knife. He threatened to kill her and himself.
Yeah.
His wife confirmed that to police that he was having a mental health episode after he came home and told her that he had been fired.
Yep.
Nicole Auerbach, who is a college football writer, said that Michigan was aware of his recent mental health issues, but still fired him one-on-one with no security and no HR.
Yeah.
That guy is their AD. His name is Ward Manuel, and today he got fired.
Yeah.
So that is the latest on Sharon Moore.
Yeah, it's almost.
Oh
too-
wait, no, that's not the latest. Here's the latest. He spent the night in jail. He's still in custody. He will be arraigned tomorrow.
Yeah.
Where I surmise we find out the charges.
Yeah, it is.
And that's the latest
It's badass crazy.
on Sharon Moore.
Yeah, because everyone was like, look, Michigan looks completely a bunch of stooges in this. But to be fair to Michigan,
Yeah.
right? And Michigan was aware of this. I guess so much of this has been known. Their affair has been known for like a year. Players knew about it and then were joking about it. Even when she became the assistant to him, it was joked about. But there was no proof of it. And when Michigan did try to investigate this, both of them just said no. And at that point, what do you do? Like, so Michigan did look into this, and both of them have stayed steadfast, and none of this is true. And so people are asking, well, why now? It's pretty convenient after signing day. Well, what changed was she changed.
Well, that's what I just
exactly.
Didn't I just outline all that?
That's what I'm saying.
She changed because he's been stalking her, and she finally said, "Dude, this is getting weird.
But
I'm going back to University of Michigan."
But that's what I'm saying.
And I'm telling him that it's happened.
Everyone was giving Michigan S, saying that they did this specifically around this time, that they waited on this to rat out Sharon Moore, and that's what you were saying was no, they didn't. It happened so quickly because this is the first time that one of them broke ranks. This was the first time that she actually said yes, and like you said, brought the proof and receipts. And because of him being the stalker, she was scared of him. And by the way, it sounds like she had every right to be afraid of him.
Yeah, he is. Yeah. Well, anyway, apparently that job is toxic now, and nobody wants it.
Oh, one more thing.
And there's no AD to make the hire. So
one more thing too. Apparently, Mr. Moore is a bit of a fiend because now you have basically every Instagram hot and maybe professional that's all coming out of the woodwork. I guess on his Instagram, he followed all of these models. Just
sell something.
Yeah. He followed them all on his own personal Instagram page, and now they're all coming out being like, oh yeah, dude, he's been DMing me for forever. So apparently it's not just
Did
young.
we really think she was just the only one?
No, but I mean there's
an
an idea of the old attractive assistant. That's a tale as old as time, which by the way, never hired
the old attractive assistant.
No, the old, like, you know what I mean? Like,
no,
not old, the old, like, oh yeah, it's the tale
like
as old as time. Like, hiring the young hot assistant is such a stereotypical thing. It's insane. And you can see where people fall into that trap. But this isn't just he was a horny guy because he saw this young assistant that he had control over. Turns out my man was out there putting it out to anyone that was looking pretty good on Instagram that liked Michigan. Apparently this was his MO. My man was throwing DMs out left and right, looking to see who was taking the bait.
I guess what's interesting too now is why did the AD get fired? I guess did the university just say, look, I mean, you should have vetted this guy. Sounds like he's awful.
Yeah.
And you gave him the job. He's also been suspended like 3 times. I don't know.
Yeah.
You know, for wrongdoing with the Harbaugh Connor Stallions thing. So I think maybe the AD took the fall for that. I don't know, but.
I mean, ultimately, when you have botched several hires and you've been over these scandals and nothing has gone smooth and you knew about this and yet really couldn't do anything about it. So this is all just, this was what Oregon State should have done. When there is enough smoke around your athletic programs, you just get rid of everybody. Sometimes you just have to prune the tree and just start anew. Problem is for Michigan now,
But you got to prove cause, though.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
I mean, you can't just willy-nilly fire people.
No, you can fire him, though, and just pay the buyout. It's not like he had a huge...
Yeah, I know. But I know universities don't like to do that.
No.
It's a lot of money.
Yeah.
So, all right, there's your latest.
But the Michigan fans supposedly have been hating on this AD for quite some time and think that he has screwed up plenty of
Ward
stuff.
Manuel?
Yeah.
Well, he's out. There's your latest on Michigan. Exciting.
And in all seriousness, like, I've seen some people, it's a scandalous story, but like Cardell Jones tweeted like, oh my God, Ohio State really broke this guy. You lose one game and now you're trying to kill people. Like,
He's probably just joking.
Yeah, that's a rough, dude. My man went over to someone's house and threatened to kill him and himself.
You don't think Ohio State's going to have fun with that?
Isn't there a line somewhere in there that you probably shouldn't cross? I mean, this went from, oh my God, haha, this is the funniest story to, God, there's people's lives here that are ruined forever and potential. I mean, what if he had taken a knife and, I mean, he had the knife.
Think about his kids.
Yes.
He's got 3 girls.
Yeah.
I just wonder, in the pantheon of wild college football stories, where are we putting this?
Oh, it's number 1.
Way over the top, number 1.
I mean, Petrino's was crazy.
Well, don't forget about OJ.
But that didn't happen.
That wasn't college.
Yeah,
I know, but
I mean, Patino was pretty crazy. He had 8-second sex on the like on a Italian
Rick Pitino.
Rick Pitino.
Well, what about Sandusky though? Like, dude, that was
He was just
they were at
at the facility. God.
And then the cover-up that was found out to be happening before
yeah.
all that,
Larry-
over and over again.
Larry Nasser was doing
Yeah.
vaginal
God.
massages,
Yeah.
and people at Michigan State knew
Ohio
about
State doctor.
My God.
Yes, the Ohio State
All right.
doctor.
You know what? We're
Wow. They all might be like 1A, 1B, 1C. I'm not sure.
Bobby Petrino.
yeah.
But see, Bobby Petrino,
Petrino's was funny. Like
he didn't have a death threat follow-up after.
no,
so-
but he did
That's the only thing missing
that
from his.
press conference
true.
with the road rash and the neck
Yeah.
brace, and he had the mistress on the back of the
I just
motorcycle.
like to go riding, you know?
That one was funnier.
Hooker cell phone. That was pretty good.
Oh, Hugh Freeze?
Hugh Freeze?
Yeah.
Hugh Freeze had a bunch of prostitutes' numbers in his cell phone. That when you're a coach, you have to have a cell phone through the school. He had all the he was calling hookers on his company cell phone. Rick Pitino had the prostitutes that was servicing the players at the dorms. Remember that? And it was a mother-daughter. It was a mother-daughter combo. That was a good one. Boy, it's the Nevin Shapiro at Miami. That one was pretty solid as well. And we've had I don't know where because do you power rank funny or sad and tragic? Because sad and tragic is like Sandusky, Nasser.
No, I think just wild. Like
Wild.
I mean, we're gonna need a movie on this.
Yes. Yeah.
You know. So probably, I don't know that this beats Penn State
No, the Penn State one. The fall of Joe Paterno.
and the fallout.
Yeah, that's
And how
And of
long
all
that
of
was
that.
going
and
on.
Paterno died like right after. Like that's
Baylor.
yeah, Baylor.
Hey man,
Yeah.
Art Briles.
Damn.
that's your run of the mill.
Well, that's not
football.
even the most scandalous Baylor one. Dave Bliss.
Yeah.
Baylor has
Player murdered another player.
and then the coach tried to cover it up and blame someone else.
Well, there's that. I forgot about that
Dude,
one.
the Dave Bliss one is actually like more
God.
scandalous than the Art Briles one. Mike Price got fired from a hooker stripper
Oh,
before he ever
Alabama.
signed his contract.
Is college football
Oh my God.
the greatest soap opera that we have going? We just don't know
I
about
mean,
it.
Dude, when you put I would have
why we love
never considered that to be a factual statement. But after what we just outlined, and those are the ones off the top of our head, I'm sure we're missing plenty.
Well, there's probably 85. It's like an iceberg. There's like 85 we don't know about.
Well, I know this isn't necessarily scandalous because it doesn't involve hookers or whatever, but the entire North Carolina basketball team that won a national title was taking a major that didn't exist. And North Carolina got away with it because they said that anyone at the school could have also taken the major that didn't exist and not go to class. Therefore, it was actually not an illegal benefit to their student athletes, and they got away with it. That's pretty good.
Add it to the list.
We just needed instead of going to class, we needed someone handing out, handies or something instead of class.
Whoa.
Then that scandal would have elevated. Remember that was Roy Williams who said he didn't know about shoes?
Yeah.
It's like, what are you?
What are you talking about? I
Shoes?
just coach ball, man.
Nike? What? Huh? What? No.
I coach ball, man.
I was a lie.
Yeah, good times.
Yeah, Duke lacrosse.
Yeah. Oh, that was a huge one.
And that
Forgot
ended
about-
up actually being false.
Yeah.
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 Fired everyone. Turned out complete lie.
All right. Well, let's get to our college football Coke mirror.
Brian Kelly killed a guy in a scissors lift.
Yeah, you don't hear a lot about that one.
Nope.
To this,
Poor
it
kid.
just doesn't compare, I don't think,
No.
unfortunately.
Isn't that sad?
It really
Someone died.
That is a disgusting
Yes.
statement that I just made, but yeah, it is horrible.
He sent a kid up in high winds against everyone's advice because he, quote, needed that practice film.
Hope he got it.
And after, literally the day
Oh my
before,
God.
holding practice inside.
I had
Idiot.
the worst thing in the world. What if after all of that, Brian Kelly was watching the film and was upset at the quality of the
It's
film?
like, why is this so shaky?
It's like, what are we? It's like, seriously?
Call him in here. Oh, wait.
I'm going to take his scholarship.
That's all I thought about in that moment is Brian Kelly like, look, we're sad he's all gone, but the quality of this, I can't see crap.
Man.
You kidding me? It's rocking all over the place.
All right. The Notre Dame freeze out that you discussed yesterday may have already arrived.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll get to that coming up next. Here's Schultze.
Now, from the George McCoy and Warren Allen Sports Desk, a Sports Center update on the Fan Sports Network, 105.1 FM and 1080 AM.
First on the Fan, the Portland Trailblazers back in action today after a 3-day layoff. They are in New Orleans to face off against the Pelicans. Donovan Clingan, Drew Holiday still out, while Robert Williams III and Young Hansen are game time decisions. Tip-off set for 5 p.m. on KATU Channel 2.2. Over to the NFL, Week 15 kicking off tonight with Thursday Night Football down in Tampa. The Bucks hosting the Falcons. Atlanta, a 5.5-point underdog there. Kickoff set for 5:15 on Prime Video. Good news down in Corvallis, Oregon State hiring Mitch Dalen to be their next offensive coordinator. He had been the quarterback's coach on Alabama's staff, following Jamarcus Shepard to Corvallis. And elsewhere, former Michigan coach Sharon Moore remains in police custody as a suspect of an alleged assault. He's expected to be arraigned in court tomorrow. More sports scores and stories in 30 minutes. I'm Schultze from the George McCoy at Warren Allen Sports Desk. Heard missing work? Insurance companies acting like jerks? Don't call your mom. Call George McCoy at warrenallen.com.
The home of Ducks Game Day. on the Fan Sports Network, 105.1 FM and 1080 AM.
All right, our full LPGA season preview is coming up next.
Can't wait.
You got your breakdown?
My bet's on the South Korean gal.
Yeah, she's good.
Yeah, I've heard that.
Kim.
Yes.
That's me on the chimes there.
Is that the xylophone right
Yeah,
there?
I think that's the xylophone.
It is.
Let's go. Well, now to our college football Coke mirror, where Notre Dame, you were mentioning this yesterday, that you were hoping that schools just freeze Notre Dame out.
Well, Notre Dame's on this FU tour to everybody and, kind of threatening to leave the ACC and making all these big, bold claims. And, they already have a memorandum of understanding or whatever that in next year's version of the college football playoff, if they're in the top 12, they're guaranteed a spot. And schools have been bending over backwards for Notre Dame. And I just was like, at some point, are the schools going to get tired of this crap and be like, F you? You need us more than we need you.
Well, you may be onto something there, as Dan Wolken of Yahoo Sports reports today that athletic directors are threatening to freeze Notre Dame out of future schedules over this new rule that you just mentioned.
Yeah.
So Pete Bavacqua, the Notre Dame crybaby, earlier this week, he noted, and nobody knew this, well, people knew this, but writ large, we did not.
Yeah.
It just wasn't out there in the public, that Notre Dame signed a deal with the college football playoff that guarantees them a spot in the field if it's ranked in the top 12, as you mentioned. That's next year. And then if they expand to 14, they'll be guaranteed a spot in the field if they're in the top 13.
Yeah.
So athletic directors did not like this, and apparently a lot of them, this was news to them. And so now they're saying, hey, we just won't schedule Notre Dame.
Yeah. And the idea is that when Notre Dame comes to places, right, TV ratings go up and people fill stadiums. But one game of a bump and one game of better attendance for a lot of schools, dude, this is not a make it or break it thing. And that's what I just told yesterday. Like I was telling people, like Notre Dame better be careful. There is a world that if the schools got tired of Notre Dame's crap, could simply say, cool, join a conference or good luck scheduling on your own. Because if you went an independent schedule and no one wanted to schedule you, and already Texas has kind of made the point that it doesn't do any good for the big schools in the SEC and the Big Ten to schedule the Notre Dames of the world. Because what Texas scheduled Ohio State and lost, had they not scheduled Ohio State and they scheduled some patsy, then Texas would have been in as a 2-loss team. So can you imagine a world where everyone just said, nah, we're good, and Notre Dame was forced to schedule a bunch of nobodies, a bunch of group of 5 teams? It would be devastating to Notre Dame. So just be careful throwing your weight around for someone to call your bluff. And
there's plenty of schools to schedule. I don't know why. I mean, if I'm Texas or if I'm whomever, I don't need to schedule Notre Dame.
No.
There's 1,000 fish in that sea.
Exactly.
I mean, why them?
Yeah. Well,
So-
again, it's the idea of, again, it's a big brand and fans like it, but none
There's
of that's
a lot of
exactly
brands like that.
So I just have never understood these schools kind of bowing down to mighty Notre Dame, who hasn't won a national title in forever. You pointed out that their TV numbers aren't nearly what they think they are. Yes, they're a bit of a draw, but I would make the argument that when Notre Dame comes to an ACC school, right, that's a big draw. Any school with a national brand would be that same kind of draw. So I just would like to see a world where someone told Notre Dame, you want to be a part of this, you play by every other independence rules, or you join a conference. If I was the Big 12 or the ACC or even the SEC or the Big 10, the idea that Notre Dame is being told that you are automatically in if you're at a certain point and no one else gets that concession, that would be a bridge too far for me. 100%, that's a bridge too far, and I would plant my flag in the ground.
Can't they just manipulate the rankings, though?
Yeah, you could.
I mean,
yeah.
Like if you know that rule and you know that you're not going to put Notre Dame in,
just move
them down.
But I think the idea is like, let's say for this year, would you say it's 12 or 13?
This next year?
Yeah.
If they're in the top 12.
In the top 12.
If it expands to 14, then if they're in the top 13. They get in.
So it would be a little wonky. You could manipulate it a little bit, but there may be, I mean, this year you would have had to put them behind Vanderbilt. You would have had to put them behind Texas, right? You would put them behind BYU. I mean, it would be pretty transparent to what you were doing.
Well, didn't they say Notre Dame makes like $50 million off their TV deal?
$50 million off their TV
a
deal,
year?
Yeah.
Doesn't the Big Ten make more than that?
Yes, it does.
Wouldn't they get more than that if they added Notre Dame? So why wouldn't Notre Dame join the Big Ten?
Because Notre Dame likes its independence and being able to do whatever the hell they want to do.
Well, it's not working for them.
It's not. Although, they're the one school that can do this. And remember, when they get into stuff, they don't have to share their revenue with anyone else as far as basketball or football payouts. And so to Notre Dame, money has never been an issue. And even if it's slightly less than the others, the freedom and independence for scheduling and everything else. And again, they get concessions made like this, and they don't have to play in the Big Ten. And I'll give Notre Dame credit. I don't think their schedule is ever patsies.
No, they play
I think they play tough games. But the idea that they get to set their own schedule and no one else does, I just, in this world where we're constantly bitching and moaning about the inequity in scheduling, it really is kind of ridiculous that Notre Dame is the only school that gets to set their own every single year. And on top of that, they get the concessions of the committee and everyone else from not having to play in a conference title game, or now getting special treatment that if you're guaranteed a spot if you're in a certain range.
I wonder if they could sue. Like if they start to get frozen out on schedules, could they sue like collusion or something? Like that is collusion.
Yeah, I don't know.
If you can't,
but
if suddenly they can't schedule good games.
The idea, proving that though, or just schools saying, look, there's no reason for us to play you. We don't like you. This is not a collectively bargained thing. No one's guaranteed anything.
Yeah, they played Miami, A&M, Purdue, Arkansas, Boise State, USC this year.
So
Navy.
Yeah. So, they do the same thing every year. They play 3 good games, and then they fill in with whatever.
Well, they fill in with the ACC.
Well, ACC and the Arkansas of the world and whatever. So it's really hard to come up with an independent schedule every year, though, that is quality. If it wasn't for the ACC, and this is the other one, they were all hot and bothered yelling at the ACC. I would love the ACC to give them the middle finger. Try scheduling that without the ACC, and then go find a place for your other 24 teams to play. BYU went independent for a couple years. It's tough, man. And I know BYU is not Notre Dame, but it's tough to come up with an independent schedule, and you do have to have a place for your other team. So I just love that the report is that schools and conferences are finally getting tired of Notre Dame's crap.
All right, up next in our college football Coke Mirror, we have the Not Dan Lanning pregame show.
He's busy going on some podcast.
Can we guess who is the highest paid coach in the new Pac-12? Can you guess that?
It's not Oregon State.
We'll get to that next on The Fan.
Who's in, who's out?
Why?
This is the Injury Report, brought to you by Zoom Care. Health on your schedule.
I think we've, built rapport, throughout the room. Some of the guys are, I'm still trying to figure them out. And then I think, when I got the concussion, I thought I was getting a connection with some guys I haven't thrown to in a minute. And then, kind of had to restart that when I came back.
That's C.J. Stroud of the Texans. They have found their stride.
They got a little something. If their offense can be average, that defense can drag them a long way. We just need the offense to not be what it was the first half of the season.
Zoom Care has more than 20 neighborhood clinics in Oregon and Southwest Washington. Convenient access to same-day urgent and emergency care. Schedule or learn more at zoomcare.com.
Whether you're looking for urgent or
Sports Network, 105.1 FM and 1080 AM.
All right, now it is our not Dan Lanning pregame show, so we're not beholden to the clock here. He's not calling in. So hopefully we'll get him next week. Whatever. I saw the list of the Pac-12 coaching salaries for next year.
Yeah.
You know who's tops in the new Pac-12?
The new Pac-12, isn't it? Is it take your butt out of here?
Yeah, Jim Moorhead Jr.
Yeah.
The UConn coach goes to Colorado State.
Yeah.
And he gets let's see what it says here. $2.4 million.
Yeah.
And he'll be the highest paid. Followed by Spencer Danielson at Boise State, 2.1. Bronco Mendenhall, Utah State, 2.1-ish. And then the guy at Texas State.
I don't even know who that is.
G.J. Kinney.
Boy,
Why is he making $2 million?
We could have been here for a long time, and I wasn't coming up with that.
Anyway, Jamarcus Shepard of Oregon State is only making $1.6 million.
Yeah.
It has come out.
Even
though Scott Barnes told us that the new coach's salary would be top of the Pac-12.
1.6, I thought it was closer to like 1.3.
1.6.
Okay.
Says right here.
So that's a little better than what I thought, because I know there had been some kerfuffle there, like about what the salary was, and did he take less because he wanted more for his coaches? And Scott Barnes has said that he was going to be the highest paid, and he clearly is not the highest paid. So if it's 1.6, that's actually a little better than what I thought. I was under the understanding it was closer to 1.2, 1.3, which, I mean, it's competitive in the Pac-12, but for Scott Barnes, who is the highest paid AD in the Pac-12, making double what some of the others, to be making less than Trent Bray, I don't know. That seemed a little soft to me.
Barnes makes $1.2 million.
Yeah. So,
which is at least double that of every other Pac-12 AD.
Yeah.
And in some cases triple.
So I just was, wondering that you're making 1.2, and that was my thing, is like, you're basically making what your head coach is. That seems to be a little.
Well, they just got a guy who they could get for cheap because he wanted an opportunity.
Yeah.
And the thing about the $1.6 million is that won't last long if he wins.
No.
I mean, that's a good deal for the school.
Yeah.
And Barnes is happy about that.
Yeah.
He likes the guy and he doesn't have to pay him that much.
Yeah.
But that won't, that's all going to be predicated on what how he does.
Oh yeah, dude. If he leads them to a bowl game and 8 wins next year, it ain't gonna be 1 point whatever anymore.
Right. So maybe Oregon State paying him so little now helps them pay him more if he has success.
Yeah. So we'll see what happens. I mean, this is just it's the nature of at this level, when you only have so many resources, you're not going to be able to pay your coach a bunch of money, which is why if someone else comes calling, they're going to leave. This is the new reality of Oregon State. I just think when Oregon State said all along that they were going to continue to fund their program like a Power 5, we know that that's not true. Like people are asking what happened with the money from the war chest. I don't know about all that, but things are changing, and you are now operating on a much, much tighter budget than you ever have before. So, real good signs out of Jamarcus Shepard. People seem to really be enthusiastic about what he's doing there. We're good recruiting class. So all good vibes right now. So we'll just wait and see what next year brings. And hopefully he doesn't pull a one and done a la Jimmy Rogers.
All right, not Dan Lanning next.
Mama didn't raise no bitch.
I will ask this question. What is a successful playoff run for Oregon? Next on The Fan.
Sports Center update on the Fan Sports Network, 105.1 FM and 1080 AM.
First on the Fan, the Portland Trail Blazers back in action after not really normal 3-day layoff. They had a game in Memphis on Sunday, came back to Portland for 48 hours, and now are in New Orleans once again on the road to face the Pelicans. Donovan Clingan and Drew Holiday still out. Robert Williams III, Young Hansen are game time decisions. Tip off about an hour from now at 5 p.m. on KATU Channel 2.2. Over to the Gridiron, Week 15 of NFL action kicking off with Thursday Night Football down in Tampa. The Buccaneers hosting the Falcons. Atlanta, though, a 5.5-point underdog. Kickoff at 5:15. You can watch it on Prime Video. Over to college football, Oregon State hiring Mitch Dalen to be their next offensive coordinator and quarterbacks coach. He previously was at Alabama in the assistant version of both of those jobs. And former Michigan head coach Sharon Moore remains in police custody as a suspect of an alleged assault today. He is expected to be arraigned in court tomorrow. More sports scores and stories in 30 minutes. I'm Schulte from the George McCoy at Warren Allen Sports Desk. Hurt, missing work, insurance companies acting like jerks. Don't call your mom. Call George McCoy at warrenallen.com.
The home of the Fan Happy Hour with Luke Anderson. Weekdays 2 to 3. The Fan Sports Network, 105.1 FM. The Fan.
All right. All right. Welcome back. Nice to have you along. It's Thursday.
It's a Thursday.
This is normally where we interview the great Dan Lanning. Now, somebody on the text line took our bait.
Yep.
Well, they were... Look, we joke around a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Like a lot.
Sure.
And so sometimes people don't know we're joking.
Lighten up, Francis.
Well, he was just saying like, oh, man, I side with you guys. We're just joking. Dan Lanning loves coming on our show. We have a good relationship with Dan Lanning.
Yes.
It's just...
He's busy.
It's this time of year.
Yeah, there's a lot going on.
He's got other stuff. Last week, I think he was out of town. And so I would assume we'll get him next week pre-JMU. I don't know that for
I would
sure,
assume. Yeah, I think they said... I think Dusty said this. There's some sort of staff meeting going on. Like, they're setting the schedule now. The one thing I will say is... in the hierarchy of getting ready to win a national title, coming on this program on Thursdays is very low.
Yeah.
And it's not this program. Going on any program is very low.
But he's out there. I mean,
yeah.
He's going on some national shows and
Sure.
stuff. But
we'll
get him.
We can only do it at this time.
But when
so-
we're joking about him ducking us, he's not ducking us.
Or
And we
is-
don't have an issue,
or
although
is he?
I have heard his secretary.
No. He has
What?
a tattoo of his wife, doesn't he?
Yeah, he's got
Yeah.
a big one.
Yeah, there's
Well,
no
doesn't mean
way.
anything.
I think it does. I think a man that is willing to tattoo
I'll
his
tell you
wife
what,
on his body,
That's actually
that says a lot.
really good point. If you want to not
Just saying.
if you want to not sleep around,
Dude.
get a big tattoo of Nurse Nice right in your chest. And like that's a thing.
Listen, I'm sorry. I would be willing to bet Sharon Moore has a tattoo of his wife somewhere on his body. That does not matter a lick. Now, I'm not saying Dan Lanning would do that. Dan Lanning is a fine, upstanding,
He's a man of increase.
moral man of increase, but
He's a leader of men.
I don't think,
You don't think the
tattoos have much to do with whether you want to stoop your secretary.
You just like get a big tattoo on your hand that says "Don't cheat."
Nice little reminder every
I
day.
love my wife. You just get a memento style, just covered in those tattoos. Just make sure you're not. Yeah.
I've always wondered, what coach is the best at balancing the home life? You know, because they're all crazy competitive.
I think it's really hard.
Well, it's obviously really hard. My question is who is the best at balancing it? There's got to be somebody out there that's pretty good at it. You know, Nick Saban was interviewed about Sharon Moore. Did you hear what he said?
No, but I did. Have you read Saban's book?
Maybe it was in his book.
It might have been in his
That
book.
might have been. We might be talking about the same thing.
I think so.
It was in his book where he told his coaches or maybe even his players. He said, if I'm going to step out on Miss Terry, he said, never sleep with anybody who doesn't have as much to lose as you.
Yes. So he said, if I ever step out on Miss Terry, it's going to be with Hillary effing Clinton.
Hillary Rodham Clinton.
That's in Saban's book, and
Hey, would you?
Well,
No.
Hillary?
Why not?
Yeah,
She's rich, man.
You got
I don't care.
Get some of that
the
book
fact
tour
that
money.
it's the fact that it's Hillary. That's like the Queen of England thing. Would you dance with the Queen of England? Yes.
Yeah, I think you gotta-
well, she's dead now, but
Yeah,
like
not anymore.
Margaret Thatcher.
Yes.
Like that's
Let's
at
go.
one point that was like the second most powerful woman in the world. Yeah, the answer to that question is yes.
I think you got to give it a spin.
Yes, but that was in his book, and he used to tell guys.
Why wouldn't you?
There's a whole section in his book where he talks about that, and he basically says, I understand that you're going to chase. He uses a term we can't use. Let's just say chasing ladies. But he said, don't chase them after midnight. He said, basically, if it doesn't happen by midnight, it's not going to happen or it's not going to be good. So Saban's like, hey, I'm all about the scush, guys, but the scush closes at 11:45. You make your last pitch, and if it's not working, you go home.
I got to tell you, I don't know if I buy that. I've had plenty.
Oh, Rop's the end of the night kind of guy success.
Well, sometimes, yes. Sometimes you got to go to the end of the night to catch a fish.
Not according to Nick Saban.
Yeah, well, he's
Getting
wrong about
dangerous,
that.
buddy.
You know.
No, Nick says, now granted, you can be successful fishing in those ponds. I think Saban's point is there's also dynamite in that pond that other people are fishing with, and you may get blown up.
Don't I know it?
So, yeah, I love that was the advice that Saban was giving out to players and coaches.
Well, at least, at least he thought about it.
Yeah.
It's like,
ultimately, you never want to sleep. This is his quote. Ultimately, you never want to sleep with anybody who has less to lose than you do. So ultimately, if I'm ever going to sleep out or sleep around on Miss Terry, it's going to be with Hillary effing Rodham Clinton.
God, that's great.
You got these guys out here chasing.
I don't hear any applause for that.
Having all these kids.
Ooh.
And then you come in here and you try to play football. Ultimately, it's a distraction. Ultimately, you don't want to be out there chasing after midnight. If you haven't locked it up by midnight, it's not worth it. From the great Nick
And you know
Saban.
what? And that right there is the best reason, I guess the best reason Dan Lanning ain't cheating. It's a distraction.
Yeah.
That dude is one.
No, it's laser focused.
Yes, it is both eyes on the ball. Like he's not.
Yeah.
You're showing him leg. He don't care, man.
no,
Does that help him win a football game? Get out of here. And I'm serious.
Yes.
I think he's like that.
Well, I think Saban was like that
Yeah,
too.
that's what I mean. And I think a lot of coaches are,
Yeah.
and then a lot of coaches aren't. So interesting. I just wonder who's the best at balancing their home life. Like is it possible to be a top-notch college football coach, a high-profile college football coach, and still be a good husband?
High profile. I think Mike Riley was a very good balance guy. Now, you can debate whether or not Mike Riley was a high-end guy. I think Chris Peterson did a very nice job of this, and I ultimately think it's why Chris Peterson stepped away. I know many people that were close to Chris Peterson that thought he was pretty dialed in, that it mattered to him to have some sort of balance. How well that is, I don't know. But the really successful ones, no, I don't think. So Harbaugh, think about people that have won national championships, right? Over the last handful of years. Jim Harbaugh, no. Urban Meyer, no. Nick Saban, no. Ed Orgeron, no. Who else has won? Kirby Smart, no.
Well, how do you know that? You don't know that.
They are all
I'm looking at his wife right now.
psychos.
Mary Beth. They have 3 kids.
Yeah, and I'm sure Kirby's around for so much of their upbringing. Like, they're just...
Well, this is my point.
Yeah.
Maybe you're answering my question for me.
Yeah. And by the way, players are the same way. Like, the great players. Tom Brady, Tom Brady was married to the most famous model in the world who made more money than he did. And Tom Brady had he had won the 7 Super Bowls. And he retired and was like, I want to come back. And she simply said to him, if you go do this, I'm done. Like, we're trying to work on this. And Tom was like, you know what? I love you, but man, that 10-6 record is screaming my name. He couldn't do it. He couldn't, after 7 Super Bowls, he couldn't just stay home and be a dad. She was like, I've sacrificed so much. It's my time. He's like, no, it's not. It is not. It's Tom Brady's time. I mean, that's just,
You know,
you think Jordan was a good dad?
Do you know what my new research is on this?
What?
I am Google imaging each coach with the word family
Yeah.
after it.
That's it?
Well, yes. And if I don't see a lot of family photos,
Yeah.
tell you what.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm judging. Now,
Yeah.
if you Google image Dan Lanning family,
Yeah.
he's got a lot of family photos out there.
Yeah.
I mean, he's with his family a lot.
Yeah.
So that tells me
It's a great family, man.
Kirby's smart as well. So, better stop with your slander.
What slander am I having?
Let me see. Now, Nick Saban family?
Well, he's got kids. I know
he does. There's not much.
Yeah.
There's not much, bro.
I just think in order to be at that level, you can't be as involved as you need to be in your sport and your family. And for the people that truly end up being elite, I just find me the person that has a good work-life balance that is elite at anything. Go find me. Elon Musk is the most successful business guy of all time, correct? Do you think Elon's a good dad? Certainly isn't a good partner.
I don't know.
Yeah, I think I know.
Hey, Jim Harbaugh's got. I think they've poked holes in my.
Yeah,
because Jim Harbaugh.
his wife hates him.
He has a lot of family photos out there.
Yes. Remember in that interview where his wife's like, yeah, Jim's not around much, and that's probably basically a good thing.
He's got 3 kids too.
Yeah.
Did you know that?
Yeah, and he's a family. Well, he's a family guy.
He has 3 kids.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we got sidetracked there.
John Gruden, when I was in Tampa Bay, Gruden's got kids and stuff. And Gruden would come in like after bye weeks and he would bitch and complain that he had to spend time at home. And we always thought it was kind of tongue in cheek. And then you're like, no, like he means that. Because during the bye week, his wife would be like, no, you need to spend some time with us. And he would get disgusted. And he'd be like, I'm glad we're back. And that's him. That's why that guy was good.
Well, maybe next week when Lanning comes on, if he comes on, you can ask him which of his coaches is
No, I'm not going to do that.
stepping out.
I'm going to go ahead and just shh. Hey, the greatest golfer in the world, Tiger, was a real fan. Oh, wait.
Tiger!
What about Phil? Phil seemed like a good. No.
Yeah.
What about Rory? Rory? Oh, no, not too. Yeah. Jack, no.
There's got to be one somewhere.
Yeah, good luck. Find me that guy.
Well, I don't know any of them.
Dustin John. Oh,
No, not
that
him.
wasn't him
Ricky
either.
Fowler seems. I mean,
Yeah, he doesn't win, by the way.
Oh, so what? Oh, you're talking about like top,
Yeah.
the top guys.
Yeah. I would like someone to find me that was a truly.
Scotty Scheffler?
That may be the one.
I don't know that Scotty Scheffler.
That
He
may
golfs and goes home.
that
Yeah.
may be the one.
He's a dork.
Doesn't party. Doesn't.
That may
yeah.
be the one.
Just had his kid.
Yep.
Loves his kid.
I could see him not. I could see him being, and I could also see him walking away to raise his kid. Yeah, he may be the one.
Well, there's your not Dan Lanning interview for the night. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. I didn't get to the question that I wanted to ask.
Oh.
Damn radio. It's so hard.
It's like every Hall of Fame speech begins with an apology to the family. It's true.
Kind of true.
I remember when Urban Meyer's daughter committed to play volleyball at Florida, she thanked everyone but her dad. And even pointed it out in the speech. Urban Meyer said it was the worst thing that he had ever heard. And then immediately went and took the job at Ohio State.
Well, I'll have to ask. Well, I don't know. No, let's ask it next. I'll just, because I already teased it. What's a successful playoff run for Oregon? We'll get to that next on The Fan.
Dirt and Spread. Fan Sports Network, 105.1 FM and 1080 AM.
All right. Here's the question of the hour. What is a successful playoff run for Oregon?
Texas Tech.
Beat Texas Tech?
You got to beat Texas Tech.
Get into the semis?
I think the way the bracket has set up, the JMU one is a gimme. I mean, if you lose to James Madison, not only is it a failure, but I mean, it's one of the worst failures in Oregon history. I mean, there's just no reason. Watching James Madison on tape, they do not belong on the field with Oregon. They just don't. There's not a single player for maybe a running back that would at least play. It's not. And this is a non-starter. So throw that one out of the way. You're going to beat James Madison. You move on. So that goes to Texas Tech. And the way that sets up in the Orange Bowl against a good, not great Texas Tech team, I think kind of a one-dimensional team in Texas Tech. Very good defense, as good a defense as you've played. They're right up there, Indiana, Iowa. This is a very, very good defensive team. I think Oregon is more talented. I think Oregon is more balanced. And, yeah, I think if you're Oregon, losing the one game against a team that is somewhat equal to you in the playoff, yeah, I think that would be a disappointment. And then after that, let's wait till you get Indiana and Ohio State. I'm not saying this team was a national title team. I didn't think it was going into the year. I don't think it is now. But I think a fair expectation is getting into the semis and beating Texas Tech. I don't think it's a wasted season or a disappointment or anything like that. Like, oh my God, I can't believe it. But I think losing to Texas Tech will leave you a bit deflated. If you beat them, I think regardless of what happens after that, this will be viewed as a real successful year, because I think this was kind of a building year. We thought that going in, that next year's team, especially if Dante Moore comes back and the year after that, this Oregon team will only continue to get better. So getting into the semis on a year that was supposed to be a kind of not a rebuild, but a youth movement, setting up the coming years, it would be a huge success.
Okay. I view it a little different. Well, I don't know. The Texas Tech game will be huge.
Mm-hmm.
It really will.
Yeah.
Because you lose that, and now it's like, what really have you done?
Yeah.
No, I mean, you got to get by them.
Yeah.
I think. And they're really good. But I feel like if it's Indiana that they meet next in the semifinals.
And it will be Indiana, Alabama, or Oklahoma.
If it's Indiana, I really think they need to beat them because you lost to them once at your own place.
Sure. And
what does it say that Indiana in 2 years has surpassed you in the college football lexicon? I know they're really good. They're number one, but you were number one last year. So I don't know. I think that's a bad burn if you lose to Indiana twice. And Cignetti it's taken him, 3 years to build this?
2 years.
So how long has Oregon been building to what they have? And you feel like, it's been a long, slow build, and it's been really good, and there have been some really good moments. But it's not a great look to lose twice in the same season to the team that just built it in 2 years.
The way I would view that, and I understand that's a fair standpoint, or a fair.
I mean, it doesn't mean it's an unsuccessful playoff run, but you really kind of need to beat Indiana if you play them again.
The way I view that, again, this to me is not the final form of Oregon. I don't think this is a complete team. And Indiana, to me, proved that they are a better team than you are going into Autzen and being the better team. So losing to a team that's better than you, now, to your point, they took 2 years. This is like when they lost to Washington, right? Which program was set up to be better in the long run? Oregon. What happened that year with Washington is stuff came together. You had a first-round quarterback in Michael Penix. You had 3 NFL receivers. You had 2 NFL tackles. And that was a collection of people that just right place, right time. That was not something that year after year Washington was going to be able to put out there. And that's what I kind of feel about Indiana. I've said this is not sustainable for Indiana in this current model. They're going to have to recruit better. There's going to be peaks. There's going to be valleys for Indiana. Whereas I think Oregon is just on a nice trajectory up. The peaks and valleys are going to be a lot smaller. So if you said, give me the next 5 years, that's a no-brainer. Oregon will be better than Indiana for the next 5 years. But this version of it, as I see right now, especially if Oregon does have the injury problems at receiver, this Indiana team is better. So losing to them for a second time would be like losing to that Washington team a second time. Disappointing, but ultimately, that version of the Huskies was better than you were. It was close, but they were better. That collection, but it wasn't going to come back year after year. That's why I view it maybe a little bit differently if they lost to Indiana twice.
That's fair. But then what are you going to say when they lose to Indiana again in 3 years?
Yeah.
I mean,
Well,
Cignetti is damn good, man.
If that happens, then you tip your cap in what he's done at Indiana.
Listen.
That's the greatest job that anyone has ever done in the history of college football at resurrecting a team in 2 years. Losing to that, I don't know. I just don't think there's anything shameful about that.
Well, I don't think it's shameful. No one said it's shameful. But when you're elite, like Oregon is trying to be, having final form isn't a thing. You said that this isn't their final form. Well, that's not a thing for Alabama. That's not a thing for Ohio State. That's not a thing for schools in the class that you want to be in, that you think you are in.
Yeah.
You aren't playing for just one magical year. So I feel like that's kind of an excuse. Now, this year, Indiana is better than Oregon. They beat them in Autzen.
Yeah.
But I remember talking about that game with you before it happened, and it's like, look, Oregon is more talented than Indiana.
They are.
That has not changed. So I feel like it's just me, but I think if they get Indiana again, they really need to beat them. They need to show that all of this work is they need to prove that they are where we thought they were.
A Denny Green.
That's right. I just Denny Greened your ass. And so we can't let them off the hook.
Yeah.
So now, if it's Ohio State again, like let's flip-flop Ohio State and Indiana in the bracket. Yeah. I'm saying the same thing you are. Beat Texas Tech. Hopefully you play a good game against Ohio State. Hopefully you win, but if you don't, let's circle the wagons, get back up next year and try it again. Indiana's a little different too.
Yeah, I get it. I get why.
Now, if it's Alabama, that may be different too. I don't know.
Well, then you got a DeBoer thing again. It's going to come rear its ugly
Yeah,
head.
well, that's true. That'll be a narrative.
I just think this is set up really well for you. The Madison's a cakewalk.
Well, if it's set up well, then they need to. Yeah, they probably need to get into the final, man.
Maybe. I mean, the Texas Tech game, I think, is a coin flip. Indiana just lost the Big Ten's leading one of the best D linemen from a team that doesn't have a lot of depth. I think that plays a big role in it too. He was so good against you, so maybe that's a coin flip game too. There's nothing about this Oregon team that I look at it and to me says dominant. I think they have a really, really good quarterback that's young, that shows moments of brilliance, but can be routed a little bit. I think it's a good old line. I think it's good backs. I think it's a good defense, but there's nothing about it that I just salivate over. So to me, this isn't, if you stub your toe, I mean, I've seen it against Penn State. I saw it against Iowa. I saw it against Washington for large stretches. I certainly saw it against Indiana, where I saw a team that's capable of losing games. And they only lost one. My favorite part about Oregon is they're resilient. They get drug in deep water and they find a way to make plays. And by the way, a lot of that is their quarterback. That just, whether that's the Iowa game, whether it's the Washington game, or whether it's the Penn State game, the difference in all three of those games was Dante Moore just making big plays when he had to. And that's amazing, but nothing else about that do I look at it and say, this is a team that that I think would be, those aren't upsets. And I think that's where the disappointment comes in. If you lose to Texas Tech, is it an upset? No. If you lose to Indiana, is it an upset? No. Certainly Georgia or Ohio State? No. So how can I say that something's a disappointment if you're getting beat by, quote, team that's your equal or a better team than you?
I think it is an upset if Texas Tech beats them. Oregon has I think they're the fourth best odds to win this thing.
I can see that behind, I'm assuming, Georgia, Ohio State, and Indiana?
I think it's Georgia, Ohio State, Indiana.
Yeah.
And then comes Oregon. So I think you should beat Texas Tech. We can agree on that.
Yes.
You get into, and that's not going to be an easy game.
No.
That'll be a great game, but it's not like Oregon's light years better than Texas Tech at all.
No.
But that's
I think their offense is better.
You should beat them.
I think so.
So
I've seen Texas
We'll
Tech.
agree with that one. That you beat Texas Tech and you are well on your way to a successful playoff run.
Agreed.
And we'll see who they play from there. Yeah. But
I would be disappointed if they lost to Texas Tech. Wouldn't be shocked, but I would be disappointed because I think Oregon's defense maybe not, it doesn't get the hype that Texas Tech does. But I think Oregon plays in a much better conference. I think those are just two really good defenses and that can both wreck your game plan. I just have never, and I've seen Texas Tech play 3 or 4 times this year. I've seen Oregon play 12 times. I just have never been overly impressed with Texas Tech's offense. So I think in that game, I think that is a game, by the way, that's going to get played in the teens. If you told me the first one to 24 is going to win that game, I would believe you. And I just have more faith in Oregon's offense to get to 24 than I do Texas Tech.
If they're going to win this whole thing, they will have. So they're going from Eugene to Miami.
Mm-hmm.
They'll be back in Eugene. Then they got to go to Atlanta. Then back to Eugene. Then Miami again.
It's tough.
That is tough.
And maybe you just stay out there too, by the way.
Well, but is there a week between the semis and
in the championship? I don't think so.
It's like,
well, I think it's like 12 days or
12
something.
days?
Or maybe less, 10 days or something. Isn't it like
Oh yeah, so quarterfinals.
Monday night.
Quarterfinals are the 31st through the 1st. The semifinals 8 to 9, and then the national title is 19. So yeah, you would go home. That'd be 10 days.
You'd go home between all of them.
Yeah,
that's rough.
That's tough. It's a lot of travel.
Earlier this year, let me pull it up here.
And it's only going to get, like you said, it's only harder. So Texas Tech, and this is the way it should be. If chalk holds out, Texas Tech is a real challenge. Indiana is a greater challenge. They've already beat you. And then the final form is, I still think the two best teams in the country are sitting on the other side, and that's Georgia and Ohio State. So
earlier this year, they went to Chicago, back home to Eugene. Then they went out to Happy Valley all the way across the country, back home to host Indiana, but they had a bye. Then they had to go all the way back to New York or New Jersey for Rutgers, back home, and then back out to Iowa, and then back home.
Yeah.
It's just a lot of, and I remember Lanning he's never going to make an excuse, but we talked to him about that, and he alluded to that being, it's just the way the cookie crumbles this year, but it's the same in the playoff. If you want to win the whole thing, you got to go Eugene, Miami, Eugene, Atlanta, Eugene, Miami.
If it was one team that's used to travel, though, maybe you could make that argument.
God.
They're used to being on the road. They are going to have to play their, not 3, because James Madison, whatever. You are going to have to play your 3 best games that you've played. If you play any of those 3 teams the way you've played the tough teams on your schedule, you will lose one of those games. They have to be, and that's hard. To play your 3 best games with that travel schedule with increasing difficulty, to play better than you've played all year, it's asking a lot, which is why I don't think this year's team. If Dante Moore comes back next year, look out.
All right, we move on to In the News. Are you prepared for Northwest U?
What? Am I going back to school?
That's next. Here's Schultze.
Now, from the George McCoy and Warren Allen Sports Desk, a Sports Center update on the Fan Sports Network, 105.1 FM and 1080 AM.
First on the Fan, the Portland Trail Blazers taking a 3-day layoff after their game against Memphis on Sunday. Back in action tonight in New Orleans to face the Pelicans. Donovan Clingan and Drew Holiday still out. Robert Williams III, a game-time decision due to illness. Young Hansen, a game-time decision due to that face contusion. Tip-off at 5 p.m. on KATU Channel 2.2. Over to the NFL, Week 15 getting going tonight. Thursday Night Football happening down in Tampa. The Buccaneers hosting the Falcons, and the Bucs are a 5.5-point favorite as the home team kick off at 5:15 on Prime Video. In college football, Oregon State making another huge hire. They have grabbed Mitch Dalen to be their next offensive coordinator and quarterbacks coach. He follows Jamarcus Shepard from Alabama, where he was the assistant offensive coordinator and quarterbacks coach. And former Michigan head coach Sharon Moore remains in police custody today as a suspect of an alleged assault. He is expected to be arraigned in court tomorrow morning. More sports scores and stories in 30 minutes. I'm Schultze from the George McCoy at Warren Allen Sports Desk. Heard missing work? Insurance companies acting like jerks? Don't call your mom. Call George McCoy at warrenallen.com.
Your home for the Oregon Ducks, the Fan Sports Network, 105.1 FM and 1080 AM.
Oh, hi.
Hey, we're back.
What are you guys doing out there?
1 FM and 1080 AM.
That's right. Welcome back to our show. The date, December 11, 2025. It's time now for In the News. I'm your newsman. Hello, thank you. I heard somebody say this, and I can't disagree. Has this been the fastest moving year of all time?
I think we say that every year, but it does feel that it's gone quite fast, yes.
For you guys. I don't know. A little slower for me.
Oh, boy.
Oh, boy.
No, I think it's just relative. There are some years
Here
that
comes
people say
Frumpy
it's slow.
Schultze.
Oh, boy.
I'm not frumpy by any means.
The Schnitzel Wolf's about to hide in the...
All right.
You're going to see his shadow and hide back in for more winter.
Yeah, I do love that
He
movie.
sees the headband and decides to head back in for like 9 more months of winter.
Well, listen, I just think it's gone
It has.
really, really, really fast this year, and I don't know why.
I agree. Well, plus we're getting older, and I think that just kind of...
Is that the way it works when you get older?
I think so.
Well, that is actually true.
Yeah.
Like the years
Time
pass
goes
by.
faster.
Well,
Schnitzel Wolf is also an expert on the space-time continuum and the way that, like, as we get older, that the Earth speeds up. It's a whole
Well,
thing.
I'd like to hear this theory.
He's done some serious research on it.
Well, there's
What?
really no research needed. It's just a fact.
Yeah,
That, so
you
like
don't
say
have to
what
research it,
Yeah,
idiot.
it's a fact. He does his own research.
when you're 10 years old, the years that have gone by in your life, each day of your life is bigger because you have not been on this planet for as long, right?
Yeah.
But as you get older, the days do go by faster because your life has grown, into that time span that is greater.
I have no idea what the hell you just said, but all right.
I get.
I'm
what
going
you-
with it.
I get what you're saying. I don't know. It's a weird year. It just seems like it's December 11th. I mean, that's crazy.
The holidays have flown by.
Yeah, dude. I don't know. It's weird. And I know we do. You always hear this every year, but for me, I don't say it every year. I'm telling you, this year,
It does feel like it's gone.
I don't have a Christmas present yet. I gotta get to work.
We don't do Christmas presents.
Santa's
It's way,
gotta get to work.
It's way better. Just don't do presents.
It's brought to you by the Advocates, Injury Attorneys at Advocates Law Day. Yeah. It is National App Day.
Tired of apps.
I got this new iOS update.
Every app costs things now.
Every app what?
Costs money. It's like either.
I refuse to pay on it.
It's so stupid.
Yeah, I'm right.
All mine are free.
Like everything you buy now, it's like you have to do, I was trying to buy golf balls the other day. Same thing. Sign up for the app. Well, I don't want the app. If you want that price, you need the app. Yeah, but your ad says it was this. Only on the app. I'm like,
Well, why
son
don't you
of
just get the app and then delete it?
I know.
They still have your info.
They still have.
Because you have
I
to
know.
go put your stuff in.
Oh, but I do that all the time.
I just saw an ad.
They're selling it.
I was going to buy golf balls at a sporting goods store, right?
What kind of balls?
It was the MaxFly. Yes, apparently the MaxFly, there's a whole thing that it's like the best value ball out there. It's like tour level ball. It's good price point. So I was all right. So I went to the store that had the advertisement of these MaxFly tour balls. And I rocked up there, I had my little thing on there, and I went up to the front, and then they rang them up. And they were way more expensive, and I was like, oh, well, it's like, here. And that's when the lady hit me with, well, you have to have the app for that price. I was like,
Yeah.
it says right here. And she goes, well, you can just download the app. And I'm like, so then I have to download the app sitting in your line. And so then I went in, I was like, fine, because I had already gone there. So I go to download the damn app, and it wasn't doing it. And then I wasn't filling, I needed more information, and I got frustrated. And again, I just was like, we're good here. And I thought maybe she would just be like, okay, I'm just going to honor the price of the golf balls.
No.
But it was like a $20 difference per dozen.
No.
And so I was like, you know what? I was like, I'm not doing this.
I'm outta here.
And yeah, so I was going to leave. So I kept waiting for her to be like, no, you can have. No, she was just like, say bye.
Yeah, waiting for your white privilege, were you?
Yeah, it didn't come.
Good.
Didn't come.
In your face.
I don't
Get the
want
app.
that app.
Get it.
I don't shop there.
That's the deal.
I don't want.
You were there.
Damn it. Then don't advertise that price if I can only get that price by downloading your stupid app.
Did it say that in the small print, though?
It probably
sure it did.
It
Stupid
probably
crap.
did in print that no one can read.
There's always a catch, but I don't know. This new iOS update is fire. I don't know. Schulte, do you have an iPhone over there?
I do. I have not.
get the new one yet?
No, I'm usually slow on
pretty
getting the. What's different? Because I
Well,
feel
it's
like
got the glass. It's got like the glass that you'll see. It's
Okay.
it's like how everything looks.
Ah.
It's kind of transparent.
Okay.
It's pretty cool.
All right.
I'm digging it.
Get into that. I'm
Sorry,
excited for
green bubble guy.
I'm excited for the folding iPhone to come out. I think that's coming next year.
Yeah, I'm out on that. It's also International Mountain Day.
Oh, I love a good mountain. Favorite mountain?
Well, I have to go.
Made you think about that.
Yeah, exciting question.
Yeah.
I have to go Pikes Peak because that's the one as kids that we were always going to visit.
Pikes Peak.
Yeah, it's in Colorado.
Oh.
It's in the Rockies.
Okay. I'm not familiar with
One of the big peaks of the Colorado Rockies.
Oh, okay. I'm not familiar with
14,000 feet, maybe?
with Pikes Peak. Okay.
I don't know. Somewhere in there.
All right.
Let's look. Shall we?
Yeah, let's do it together.
See, growing up around the Rockies, even though I was in Kansas, I wasn't really, but
Yeah.
we'd go to the Rockies for, to ski and
Yeah, it makes
such.
sense.
The peaks are they're just so, they're huge.
Mm-hmm.
So when Mount Hood is like, what is it? 12,000, 13?
Something like I think it's 12 and some change.
Yeah, I'm always kind of like, not that big.
You're giving the meh,
You know what I mean?
meh. Mount Hood, 11,000 and some change.
Yeah, see, that's
11,240 something.
Pikes Peak is 14,000 feet, bro.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, that's pretty good.
We went up there. I
It's-
swan dived off the top.
It's not my favorite mountain. That would
Yeah,
be
what's yours?
Mount McKinley.
Okay.
Growing up in Alaska, although Denali, I think the POTUS changed it back to McKinley. I don't know. Like, there's a battle over that, but that's 20,000.
Somebody got canceled. Yeah, that one's big.
Yeah.
Isn't that the biggest in
I think it's the biggest in North America. Yeah, because it was McKinley, and then they gave it back to the natives and went with Denali, and then I think the POTUS was like, Gulf of America, Mount McKinley. Even though President McKinley never actually even saw the mountain, he never went there in person.
Are you prepared
I also like Mount Fuji too.
for Northwest University?
I don't even know what that is.
Wait, University of the Northwest.
Wait, what?
Sorry.
I'm
Yeah.
confused.
New school?
Yep. We got a new school, guys.
Is this like ITT Tech?
Yeah, is this gonna be
No.
like Laurelhurst or
No.
something?
DeVry?
No! Pacific University and Willamette University are looking to merge
Oh.
into what is tentatively being called the University of the Northwest.
My dad is an esteemed, actually, I don't know if he graduated from there, but he started his illustrious career at Willamette University.
If they merge, it would make the entity Oregon's largest private university.
Oh, well, okay. That's kind of cool.
They've signed a letter of intent agreeing to move forward with due diligence in the negotiation of a definitive agreement to merge.
And what's it called again?
University of the Northwest.
Boy, they need to come up with a new.
I kind of like Northwest University.
Yeah.
I don't like University of the Northwest.
No, it seems very clunky.
then
Let's
North-
workshop that.
There's
North-
Northwestern and Northwest.
but that's not. No,
Yeah, but that's not. That's
But
that's
it's too
different.
close to it.
No, it isn't. Not if you ask this reporter.
All
I
right.
think the way they're saying that's very
University of the Northwest.
I don't like that at all. It's very clunky.
Let's see, what else do I have here for you? Forest Grove Pacific, 9th largest college in Oregon, has 3,200 plus students. And then Willamette, which of course is in Salem, is the 12th largest college with 2,700 students. So you're looking at about 6,000 students who'd get access to well-rounded curricula, it says here.
Boy, I looked up the cost to go to
Yeah,
Willamette.
It's pretty
Yeah,
damn
it's
expensive.
God, those private schools. I'm being dead serious. Who are the people?
Rich people.
Like, they just.
Not
yeah,
just
that
rich
is
people.
mind blowing.
Normal families taking out loans that then can't pay
50?
them later on.
So you're telling me you can go to any of the directional schools and you're like, nah, 53,000 for Willamette. Is it like that kind of education you getting at Willamette for 53 grand?
They got a good law school, I think. They've got a good business program.
Total cost, by the way, 73,000
per year.
per year. Because you throw in room and board and all that. $73,000. Good God.
Someone's saying there's already a Northwest University. Is that true?
Couldn't tell you. But this is the University of the Northwest.
Which is, if that's true,
That's why they named it
That's
that.
why they named it.
Yeah, there's Northwest University is in Kirkland. It's a Christian college.
I often see like these
Can't double
universities
up on
that you've never heard of, and then you look up the cost to go there, and you're just like, wow.
I mean, you're talking over a 4-year period, almost 300 grand.
I will never. I just do not.
Wow.
Even if you had a bunch of money,
Don't do it.
I just need to know the
Yeah,
value.
education is stupid.
No, go to a community college first, save a bunch of money, get nearly the same education or the exact same one for a 30th of the cost, and then just enjoy your last 2 years.
I told the kids if they want the Sucanic scholarship plan, better be a direction in front of that university. I don't care where you're going, but there needs to be a north, south, east, or west attached to it. Maybe a nice central.
Well, for those of you that like beer, it is the end of an era.
I do love beer.
That will be next here on The Fan.
This is the Fan's window into sports. A view into today's top stories. Brought to you by Window Nation. Online at windownation.com.
What we haven't heard yet is Sharon Moore's side of this. And he gets his say into this particular situation as well. And I do know that he felt like people had it in for him for an awful long time there while he was at Michigan. He felt like there were people who were out to get him.
Oh, my God. Adam Schefter going insane?
No, I think what happened is that, one, he went to the University of Michigan, and I'm guessing that...
Oh, he did?
Yeah, he's a Michigan man.
Oh, I didn't know that.
That, and I'm guessing that someone higher up had, got a hold of Schefter, was like, by the way, you're going to put out this statement. Schefter was like, yes, sir.
Well, let's hear out Sharon Moore.
Let's make sure that no one did anything to lead Sharon Moore to pull a knife on a lady that he's stalking.
Window Nation, this month, 50% off all window styles, 0% financing for 5 years. Schedule your free consult at windownation.com.
The Fan Sports Network.
Yeah, we have a text here on the fan text line that reads, I used to work at Willamette University. It's a major bubble where a lot of students are afraid to venture out into the real world and leave the safety of where everything is planned out for them. There's also a lot of students spending $250,000 to one day throw Molotov cocktails at a courthouse, if you know what I mean. Oh, my God.
One of those.
Wow. Yeah. Hey, I think I saw Antifa the other day, guys. You guys ever seen Antifa
Really?
out here?
See some congressional hearings today, did you?
What?
You
No.
didn't see that?
No.
Oh, my God.
I was telling you I saw Antifa the other day.
Yeah, there was anyway. There was a congressional hearing today involving Antifa, and it was one of the most hilarious things you will ever see in your
So if you're
entire
walking
life.
down a street in Portland, by the way, this is in the news December 11, 2025, thank you. If you're walking down a street in Portland and you just see a guy walking rather briskly,
Yeah.
but he's in the Antifa garb, like, like they're just dressed in all black and they have their faces covered
Sure.
and stuff, hoodies and everything.
Yeah.
Is that did I just see Antifa in the wild?
It's possible.
And then he got into his
Got into
Hyundai
it.
Elantra.
I was going to say maybe a Subaru.
It was a Hyundai Elantra.
Certainly isn't a Range Rover, that's for sure.
And then he sped off. I'm like, wow, that's real life Antifa right there.
I remember once during COVID, I guess it was like COVID was starting to open up because we were heading to a bar. They were doing the outdoor bars where you do that, and we saw some riders like tailgating. They were gearing up. They were
Yeah.
It was the best thing I've ever seen.
Getting their armor on.
Yeah, they were wearing like motocross armor.
So stupid.
And they were like getting their signs out, and they were having a couple pops, and they had like these handmade shields, and then like catchers like shin guards, and I was like, oh my God, am I watching Riot pregame?
You're watching pregame, yeah.
Antifa
pregame.
I had never seen Antifa pregame before, but it was hilarious. They had the hatchback up, and they were sitting there, and it was like a group of them, and I'm like, oh my God, they're getting ready to go. And then they finished up, and
What'd they do?
Well, they were marching down. We were like maybe, 6 to 8 blocks from where kind of the epicenter was. And so they had parked their car. I'm guessing they don't want the Subaru to be in the stuff. So after they got done all getting ready, they marched off towards, I think it was either the courthouse or maybe Pioneer Courthouse Square, wherever the thing was going down.
Yeah.
And we saw them just head off. And I was like, that's like Autzen Stadium. This is their cultural. And it was the first time I ever related to like Antifa. I was like, you're there with your buddies. You're getting some drinks.
Kind of fun.
You're wearing the gear. You got your chants ready. I was like, all right.
Did you get on their email list?
Hey, yeah. I was like, Facebook friends. Let's, keep it together. No, I think they took one look at me and were like,
Yeah, you're not our type.
not the type.
Well, you may have noticed that Oregon's brewing scene appears to be in retreat.
Yeah.
Breweries seem to be closing left and right.
Rogue just went under.
Yeah. After more than 3 decades of welcoming summertime day drinking enthusiasts to Waterfront Park, the Oregon Brewers Festival has been canceled. Well, it canceled events in... Yeah, I don't think they came back, did they?
No.
They canceled in 2023. They said they were going to come back, but they never did.
I don't think they did.
Wait, so
think they did
Brewfest
either.
is done?
Yeah, I think it is, guys.
Oh, F me. That's bullshit. Come on.
Schnitzelwolf
What,
not happy.
what a bunch of pansy-ass, candy-freaking people that are leading those events.
Well, how do you know? Maybe they don't.
Is it
they're
possible
not
they
making
just
enough money
lose a bunch of money?
because of people like you.
It's because they don't. Okay, you know
Oh,
what?
boy.
Maybe
Oh, boy.
put an
Here we
event
go.
on
Get ready.
that people want to go to. When I go to Blues Fest every single time, and it's a really great stage full of like good bands all day, but then there's nothing else happening. Like, we know how to put events on. We know how to keep people entertained and there for hours. We just, let's try to just throw stuff out there and see if it works.
I will say, I went. Jeez.
Sorry.
I went to the Brewers Fest a couple of times because everybody tells you gotta go, bro.
Yeah.
I thought that was wildly overrated.
Yeah.
I agree.
But I'm also not a huge beer enthusiast.
You gotta like beer a lot.
I
You
have
really
been,
do.
I have been to a couple of those, and the problem is I don't like a lot of the craft beers. I drink like one kind of beer, and so yes,
There was nothing else there. It's
No.
just that you just get drunk.
Yes.
You just
and
drink
you-
a bunch of beer.
You go hook up with
and that's
people.
cool. And it's usually super hot. And it's, I don't know.
That is true. If they held it maybe like in May, as opposed to like in the middle of July.
Well, I'll tell you right now, don't tell the Schnitzelwolf that this isn't coming back.
Well, it's just.
And maybe if they had consulted with the Schnitzelwolf, he, along with his many fields of expertise, putting on Dynamite Beer Fest are one of them.
I mean,
Maybe you should get on some sort of council and you can lead the charge.
I would love that. Hey, call me. My wife and I can throw a good party. All right. I'm missing all the good stuff that like we had before COVID. And it seems since COVID,
Yeah,
there just
I hear you.
aren't as many of those fun things to go do.
Things are a changing.
Yeah.
Now, F.H. Steinhardt, F.H. Steinbart Company, thought to be America's oldest home brewing supply store, is joining the exodus. They have announced that they are closing this month.
Run that by me again. Who's this?
F.H. Steinbart Company.
I have no idea who that is.
Well, I just told you.
They supply what?
It's America's oldest home brewing supply store.
Okay. So if I want to now brew my own crappy IPA, I'm going to have to go to the second oldest home brew store in the United States.
Well, home brewing wasn't really. This is a fun fact. Home brewing was not re-legalized in the United States until 1978. You actually could not do it.
Oh.
Until 1978. You were 2 years old.
I will say in
No.
78?
No, you're 1 year
I was
old.
1 year old.
Yeah.
Yeah, in college, I had an idiot friend of mine that made beer in a bathtub, and it was the most disgusting thing I'd ever tasted in my entire life. So
Yeah, not many people are good.
that's my
at home
only
brewing.
experience with home brew. Shockingly enough, a offensive lineman at BYU not able to really recreate the majestic taste of a nice lager.
And did you know that it was only 15 years ago that it became legal in Oregon to consume home brew outside of the home in which it was brewed?
Oh.
You couldn't take it out somewhere.
Didn't know that.
Very strange.
By the way, on Amazon, you can get your own brew kit for about $54. Just saying.
Yeah, but dude, come on, man.
Oh.
F.H. Steinbart.
F.H. Steinbart.
Go in there. They have all the bells and whistles, man.
Okay. Well, you can get the nicer one here for $84.99. Is it possible that what killed it was you can just buy these online now, like everything else?
And I think everybody tried it, and it ended up
Yeah.
tasting like crap.
Right. Anybody who tried it is not doing it anymore.
Yeah.
And that's probably everyone who wanted to try
I would
it.
assume so. Because that thing, it's way more expensive. Like, I'm spending $140 and all the time, and I make a crappy beer, as opposed to going out and buying a beer for like $6.
So they were open since 1918. F.H. Steinbart Company. 1918.
That's a long time.
That's crazy because I guess home brewing took off after Prohibition, you know.
Yeah, it makes sense.
So they've been around, and they're closing their doors. Again, Schulte, another Portland staple going away.
I just enjoy the
Thanks
Schnitzel
a lot,
Wolf
Obama.
raging about something that's gone away that he didn't attend, nor did he know was gone.
He didn't even know it was gone.
This is outrageous! Wait, it's gone? Oh, okay. Make sure.
Yeah, Brewfest. This place, no. Brewfest, yeah, I went.
Well, the great Art Lawrence. Shout out to Art Lawrence, Raccoon Lodge. He was one of the founders of the Oregon Brew Fest.
Okay.
He passed away last year.
Oh.
Or maybe it was, I think it was earlier this year. And I think that hurt him too.
Yeah.
Because he was a big advocate. Great dude.
It meant something to
Great
him.
beer guy. All right. Well, that's going to do it, guys. That is In the News, December 11, 2025, brought to you by the Advocates, injury attorneys at advocateslaw.com. We will get some headlines in coming up next, and then I'd like to tell you that we have JMU Twitter beef. We talked about the JMU Twitter feed earlier in the show. It's been fantastic, but now it appears that they are splintering in Harrisonburg, Virginia. Next on The Fan.
I know. 1080 a.m.
First on The Fan, the Portland Trailblazers about to get back in action in Nolens tonight to face the Pelicans after a 3-day layoff. Donovan Clingan, Drew Holiday, and Robert Williams, as well as Young Hansen, all out tonight. You can watch everything happening here in just a couple of minutes on KATU Channel 2.2. Over to the NFL. That gets going with Week 15 here in a few minutes as well. Thursday Night Football in Tampa with the Buccaneers hosting the Falcons. Atlanta, a 5.5-point underdog there. Kickoff set for 5:15, and you can watch it on Prime Video. In college football, Oregon State tabbing their offensive coordinator and quarterbacks coach. It's Mitch Dalen, who was previously at the University of Alabama with Jamarcus Shepard. Also, former Michigan head coach Sharon Moore remains in police custody as a suspect of an alleged assault. He's expected to be arraigned in court tomorrow. More sports scores and stories in 30 minutes. I'm Schulte from the George McCoy at Warren Allen Sports Desk. Kirk, missing work. Insurance companies acting like jerks. Don't call your mom. Call George McCoy at warrenallen.com.
Recruiting with Andrew Nemec, Thursday evenings at 7 after Isaac and Souk on the Fan Sports Network, 105.1 FM. And 1080.
We don't need no meows. We don't need no cats. We need more dogs.
The Fan.
All right. Welcome back. Hope you're having a nice little Thursday. It's actually kind of a nice day out there.
Yeah.
Don't tell me it's raining. I can't see outside. But
Well, it wasn't raining earlier. And
no,
was,
it wasn't. It was
quite
64
warm.
degrees,
Yeah.
said my hot rod. How about that? We're the new San Diego.
Your gold Subaru.
I am Isaac. Big Sook's right over there.
Yesterday when I was driving in, I did take a photo of this because I enjoyed it so much. But there was a Subaru in front of me at a traffic light with a bumper sticker that said, "Lesbians are natural leaders. You're following one right now." And I enjoyed that. So
It's cute.
yeah, thank you, Subaru driver. And then there was a gay slur bumper sticker on the other side of it, which I can't really say what it is, but apparently they were all about that as well.
Well, we're having a good time today, guys. It's me. It's Schulte. He's fired up about the Brewers Fest, which he didn't even know was canceled. Sook's over there. We got sports talk and stuff. It's going to be great.
Sports talk and stuff.
Well, JMU's got Twitter beef now.
They do.
They do.
What's happening there?
Well, I'm going to tell you. That's a tease, Jace.
Can't wait.
The quarterback who saves his best for Toyotathon.
More of a happy Honda days myself. Maybe the Lexus season to remember.
Oh, yeah.
We will have that story. And the word of the year coming up in the club, 6 to 7. A few headlines. Sharon Moore is still in custody. He will be arraigned tomorrow.
Turns out all of those rumors were indeed true. The only new we found out is that the school's been investigating that affair for a while, and both parties had just stuck to their story of nothing happened.
Yeah, reportedly in the summer they spoke with them.
But they were like, no, what are you talking about? Everything's on the up and up. And then I guess Moore was stalking her. She became uncomfortable, got scared of him. And yesterday she went to the, the powers that be and ratted him out and was like, yeah, by the way, here's all the evidence. And that's when the axe fell. He did freak out, broke into her house, threatened to kill her.
Now, I really don't know what an arraignment is, but I assume we're going to find out charges.
That's usually
that's where
right?
that's where you find out. Yes.
Yeah.
And you can get bail and all that sort of good stuff. And they said that we don't exactly know what the charges are going to be at this point, but yeah, I'm guessing breaking into someone's house, threatening to kill them and yourself with a knife, and then fleeing the scene. I'm guessing that probably him losing his job at this point, probably not his biggest worry.
Also, the Michigan AD was fired today.
Yeah.
For whatever reason.
Well, who's to say?
He was stupid her too.
Yeah, apparently not going well at Oregon, or excuse me, at Michigan.
Whoa.
Nope.
Freudian slip there.
Freudian slip.
Whoa, what
No,
do you know
everything's
that we
going-
don't?
Nothing. Nothing at all. What are
No,
you talking about?
we have heard many questions about what Ward Manuel knew when, and obviously none of that is for sure yet. So
Yeah, it's a sticky thing.
He's the Michigan AD.
He's the Michigan AD. So, like, I guess players had been joking about this online since last year.
Yeah.
The rumors have been out there, like, hot and heavy. People are posting stuff from months ago. But if they investigated it, how do you fire someone for cause when both parties refuse to acknowledge it? I mean, I guess there's only so much you can investigate.
I'm reading the tea leaves here.
Yeah.
It sounds to me like they have been stooping for a while.
Yes.
And everybody knew about it,
Yeah.
but they couldn't prove it.
Yeah.
But it hit the fan when she got pregnant.
Probably.
And it sounds like that was recently.
Yeah.
And that's when everything changed. And of course, Sharon Moore, his wife even had said, she told police he is having a mental breakdown. He is having a mental health crisis. He is in a mental health crisis, which does track with how he goes over to the apartment and broke in with a knife.
Yeah.
So he is apparently I was listening to a reporter who said that he has round the clock mental health care givers with him.
Yeah.
So this is a wild situation.
Yeah, and now people are posting. Remember when he won the game where Harbaugh was suspended and he broke down and started crying? And, he might have been a guy that was just emotionally charged up. Also, it turns out that apparently he's Instagramming every lady influencer that follows Michigan football. Like
some kind of fan.
Who isn't?
He's sliding into a lot of DMs.
Got to cast a wide net.
I guess
It's a numbers game,
cut
right?
Cut and paste.
But at the same time,
copy paste.
It was the smallest net because he stooped the lady working there. Also, don't promote the mistress. That's never good.
Have you heard?
He broke all the cardinal rules of this whole thing.
Yeah, he's an idiot.
Well, and now the sad part is that you've drugged multiple families into this and kids, and now you've kind of gone down to the point where does he even become a sympathetic figure because the dude's threatening suicide, even though it was his own actions. And now you throw in the AD who's been fired. I mean, you have arguably a top 5 job in college football right now. If you're any one of those sitting coaches,
What an idiot.
Jed Fish, DeBoer's name's thrown out there. I guess Matt Campbell people have been aware that this job could open up. And maybe that's a reason why Matt Campbell was kind of sitting around waiting to see what happened. He ended up taking the Penn State job. Is it a fair question to ask? Is this a super attractive job right now? It is Michigan.
Well,
but
there are already reports it's quite toxic.
Yeah.
And so, quite frankly, I think that Jed Fish and Michigan deserve one another. I believe that's perfect.
Does it say something that no offense to Jed Fish, but really that's could be top of the food chain for Michigan? That might say something where your job's at.
That says
right
it
now.
all.
Yeah.
Says it all.
Yeah.
Kind of, yeah. I think the leader of men thing is going to be emphasized. I did want to ask you guys on the Sharon Moore details. Have you guys heard specifically what the alleged affairee, the employee that was part of the front office there? Do you know what her job was?
Well, I think she was his personal assistant.
So executive assistant was the official title, but I
Yeah.
heard this today on the Crane and Company podcast. I think they're a little bit closer to like the University of Michigan athletic department. They said that allegedly some of the duties included this woman escorting the family of Sharon Moore around certain games, 2 seats, 2 different parts around the athletic department.
Well, that would make sense.
If that's true, that is so insidious.
If you're the executive assistant, if you're his right-hand guy, yeah, I'm assuming that part of that would be indeed dealing with the family and making sure that all that stuff is taken care of. I mean, that's every coach has a right-hand person that deals with all that stuff. It's just it's kind of nasty if the person that's doing all that is also the one that you're getting pregnant. I mean, it's a consequence of your own actions. It's just when other people get drug into it too. And I don't know if I feel bad for the lady, whose name is now out there, and basically she's become public knowledge. I mean, she was pretty skeezy in this whole thing, but does she deserve to have this staple to her for the rest of her life as well? I don't know. It's just no one comes out of this unscathed. Nobody.
Not even the Michigan AD, who, as somebody points out on the text line, worth repeating. We mentioned this earlier in the program.
Yeah.
Nicole Auerbach had this, but the Michigan AD, even though he had been informed of Sharon Moore's mental instability,
I saw this.
The Michigan AD still fired him one-on-one with no security and no HR.
No, nothing.
So that could be also
Well-
why he was fired.
Well, imagine like you knew that this was an unhinged possibility. And what if he had gone over and we'll find out when the charges happen, but we do know that he had a knife or acquired one in the house, threatened to
They said he
kill-
got it in the house.
He got it in the house. So he breaks in, gets a knife, threatens to kill himself and her. Can you imagine the lawsuit and the fallout had he actually killed that Michigan staff member? And if the AD had been like, yeah, we fired him. We didn't think, yeah, we knew he was unhinged, potentially dangerous, but did you at least lob a phone call to the executive assistant? It's like, yeah, by the way, he's fired, he's unhinged, and he may be coming your way. I mean,
Yeah.
my God.
Yeah.
How
That's
about
bad.
just an ounce of thought put into that there?
No kidding.
AD, man.
All right, a few more headlines coming up next, including what's going on with TJ Watt, and we have James Madison Twitter beef coming up on The Fan. We've got Tampa Bay and Atlanta on Thursday Night Football.
Yes.
I just turned it on, and those uniforms that Tampa Bay is rocking are just fantastic.
They got the creamsicles.
Oh, my God, they're beautiful.
Yeah. As I've stated many times, there is not a single throwback, except for like the old, like when they go back to like the 1910s. The 80s, 70s throwbacks, why those teams don't make them their permanent uniforms is beyond me.
But the Bucs went 3 and out, or they didn't go 3 and out, but they had to punt.
Yeah.
And this is a huge game for Tampa.
Absolutely.
If they're going to win that division.
I still think they're the best team in that division, but, you know, and they've been so beat up by injuries.
Atlanta has nothing to play for.
No, they don't.
Screw them.
Well,
By the way, Tampa 1-8 since 2023 in primetime games with Baker.
Oh, that's not so good. And they've been, to be fair, they've been really beat up this year with injuries. And it's not that talented a team, but I still think they're the class of that division. And I just think they're the most interesting team in that division.
And in TJ Watt news, this is kind of a weird one. He's in the hospital after experiencing lung discomfort.
Yeah, I don't know what that. Did he get a pain-killing shot? Remember when Tyrod Taylor? That was the start of Justin Herbert. Tyrod Taylor took an injection before a game and they punctured his lung. So I don't know what.
Yeah, they just said he was in practice.
Yeah.
And then he wasn't. And he didn't practice today. He had to go to the hospital.
Yeah, he just with further medical evaluation.
They just said discomfort in his lung.
I'll tell you what. I don't think that's what you want. Is lung discomfort. That's kind of scary.
So he may not play.
Tomlin said he was a little cautious. He's like, I'm not a medical expert.
They play on Monday against your upstart Miami Dolphins.
Yeah.
So we'll see.
Again, every game for the Steelers and Dolphins. I mean, that's kind of why this part of the year is so cool, especially like a year like this. I mean, the Dolphins aren't going to make the postseason, but if they were to win out and there is a chance, like they will give themselves an opportunity. Pittsburgh certainly has a chance to win their division and get in, and they're not great teams, but I just like that we're getting a lot of meaningful football, even from, mid teams.
So I mentioned the James Madison Twitter follow that's having a good time with the Oregon game at JMU Sports News.
Oh, dude, they're just fantastic right now. It's currently my favorite Twitter follow.
Yeah, they're doing great with it. They're having a lot of fun. It's all tongue in cheek.
Yeah.
And yet apparently they've got beef with another James Madison account.
There's 2 James Madison parody accounts?
The second one, I'm looking for the reply here. I saw it on my phone and now I have to look it on my iPad, so it's going to take me a second.
Okay.
But there was this one has like 30 followers.
Oh.
Okay.
So because the other one's got like 20. It's a
20,000.
20,000.
Yes.
Yeah,
this has 30, like 30.
How can you be beefing with someone that has 30 followers?
Well, they're not really, but so you remember the tweet where they had a slow-mo highlight tape of Oregon.
Yeah, against USC, and they tweeted, is this real? Oregon might be the slowest team we've ever seen. And Oregon, it was a series of Oregon highlights put to music and in slow motion. They're just doing great bits.
Yeah, another James Madison account replied to that.
Uh-huh. Are they taking credit for the clip?
No. They're like, your sarcasm, I'm going to paraphrase because I'm still scrolling. I can't find it. There's so many comments on that. That thing went viral. They were like, your sarcasm is getting old. All you're going to do is motivate Oregon.
Oh, for God's sakes.
Yeah, you need to stop.
I'd like to point out that Jeff Schwartz, who's actually kind of become a big deal in the sports media world, does an Oregon Duck podcast. You see him all over Fox News, or not Fox News, Fox Sports. I don't think he's going on Hannity. Even Jeff Schwartz retweeted, I love this JMU account. Everyone, I promise you, Dan Lanning is aware of this and thinks that this is funny. This is just good stuff. And yet someone's worried. Someone in their 30 followers are worried that this is going to give Oregon motivation against James Madison.
Yeah. And
God,
I want
take the cob out of your ass.
I want to get you the reply, but now I can't effing find it.
This whole segment.
Freaking Twitter.
What is happening?
Thanks a lot, Elon. Jackass. This app sucks.
Some of the tweets, though, so they had that Oregon's the slowest team they've ever seen. I like this one. Oregon is impressive. The Ducks have talent across the roster. The coaching staff is exceptional. We'd love them in the Sun Belt. If you struggle to adjust to the level of competition, of course, but over time they could develop into a contender. they're just it's all this sort of stuff that they're just kind of tweeting out as if
here it is. Okay.
As if Oregon's the plucky underdog.
So JMU Sports News tweeted, as you mentioned, it's a slow-mo highlight reel of Oregon, and they say, is this real? Oregon might be the slowest team we've ever seen. Just good, wholesome content.
Yes,
okay?
good trolling.
So JMU RVA, 30 followers.
Okay.
The sarcasm is getting old. You are just going to end up motivating them. How about we just stick to them being the favorite and underestimating us? So JMU Sports News replied, tired. Oregon is motivated to win a national title. Wired. Oregon is motivated to win because of a few sarcastic tweets from JMU fans. And then the JMU RVA replied, you just care about your brand. You don't care about the team. That's the problem. I get it, though. Got to eat somehow. Glad you guys are finally getting your flowers. But as we have learned on the internet, things get old and people move on. Don't get lost in the hype.
What an absolute douche.
It's amazing that we don't hear any applause for
Boy,
that.
can you believe how serious some people take themselves and their tweets to their 30 followers? I'd also like to point out some of the other highlights from the JMU Sports News. It has come to our attention that Oregon has never even won the Boca Raton Bowl. Oregon has never even qualified for the prestigious bowl game, often referred to as the granddaddy of them all. JMU won it last year, even without their starting quarterback. There's levels to this. It's fantastic. Everything they're doing so far leading up to this is really good.
So then they replied and said,
right. Passing yards against Georgia State this season, JMU 74, Oregon 0.
Yeah, we read that one.
Yeah.
Oh, they replied and said, we're having fun during the bye week before a playoff game. We have lots of actual preview content, Napier info on the website, and podcast feeds. We'll have even more next week. We've been covering the team for 8+ years and don't care about the team. Come on, man. So now it's getting serious.
I did not expect JMU Twitter beef.
Yeah. Then JMU RVA says, I'll sit down now, just trying to keep you guys humble. As someone who actually cares about the long-term prospects of your show, I bet 99% of these idiots won't watch after December 20th. Glad you guys haven't lost sight of the goal here.
Oh, my God. Can you imagine being this involved, like taking something like this that seriously?
No.
Dude,
can't.
social media is a hell of a thing.
It
Maybe
sure
Australia
is.
did it right. Australia recently banned, I think, social media for
the kids.
For the kids.
Did you see how they're getting around it?
What do they do? The
VPNs?
kids?
Well, the kids are doing the Face ID, or like the face recognition.
Yeah.
And they're hacking in because they're frowning.
Oh, that's
That
so
works?
stupid.
Yeah, they're saying it works.
You can frown your way past that.
Yeah.
Makes you look old.
It makes you look older.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Well,
So then they're
here's the
passing.
thing. You can't ban. The moment you ban something, people are going to find a way around it. It's like when you were a kid. Did you ever take the whole R-rated movies or not being able to get alcohol? It just makes it a little bit harder. You'll find ways.
All right, coming up next, the quarterback who has saved his best for Toyotathon. Here's Schultze.
Now, from the George McCoy and Warren Allen Sports Desk, a Sports Center update on the Fan Sports Network, 105.1 FM and 1080 AM.
First on the Fan, your Blazers in action in Nolens against the Pelicans after a 3-day layoff. Right now, about 4 minutes to go in the first quarter, and New Orleans does lead that one 22-20. So far, leading the way for your Blazers, Tamani Kamara with 6 points. Both of those baskets were three-pointers. Shaden Sharp, 5 points to add to Portland's total. Over to the NFL, Week 15 kicking off tonight in Tampa Bay. Thursday Night Football with the Buccaneers hosting the Atlanta Falcons. 7.5 minutes to go in the first quarter right now. Still scoreless. It looks like both teams have had a drive so far, and obviously neither doing anything. Atlanta still on their first drive. Tampa Bay not doing anything, punting the first time they got the ball. Over to college football, Oregon State hiring Mitch Dalen to be their next offensive coordinator and quarterbacks coach. He follows Jamarcus Shepard from Alabama. And former Michigan head coach Sharon Moore remains in police custody outside of Ann Arbor as a suspect in an alleged assault. He's expected to be arraigned in court tomorrow. More sports scores and stories in 30 minutes. I'm Schultze from the George McCoy at Warren Allen Sports Desk. Heard missing work? Insurance companies acting like jerks? Don't call your mom. Call George McCoy at warrenallen.com.
Your home for Seahawks football, the Fan Sports Network, 105.1 FM and 1080 AM. Fan Sports Network, 105.1 FM and 1080 AM.
Nothing bad can happen. It can only good happen.
Welcome back. So we've got one quarterback out there who loves him some Toyotathon.
Okay.
So as you know, Toyotathon is, well, maybe you don't. I'll tell you that Toyotathon is a promotion.
Yes.
That Toyota does.
Every car company has one. It's just Toyotathon has a nice ring to it, but you know.
And it's always during the holidays.
Happy Honda Days.
And they slash their prices. You can't afford not to buy a truck.
The December to remember. You know, all of those things.
All that stuff. Well, Jordan Love of the Packers is a spokesperson for Toyota.
I think so is Brock Purdy, if I'm not mistaken.
You are correct. He gave his entire offensive line Toyotas.
And he didn't. Toyota did.
Well,
but
yeah.
still, I think
he couldn't afford it.
I think the idea is like Toyota probably goes around to a lot of, the quarterbacks and, get on board.
So have you seen
maybe a nice Sequoia?
Have you seen Jordan Love's stats during Toyotathon?
No.
Oh, you came to the right place.
This is why I come to this program. Make a commitment.
When Toyotathon comes around, Love is a different player. This from the Milwaukee Journal-Sentinel. In 18 games across the last 3 seasons, when the promotion is active, Love has completed 67% of his passes with 32 touchdowns, 2 interceptions, and a 109 quarterback rating.
My God. Why doesn't Toyotathon just extend? The Packers need to get together with Toyota and just do like Toyotathon Part 2.
2023, 8 games. He completed 70% of his passes, 18 tutties, 1 pick, quarterback rating of 113. They went 6-2.
Quite good.
And before Toyotathon that year, the Packers were really struggling. That was his first year as a starting quarterback. Remember that? They were kind of skunky, and some radio hosts may rhyme with Duke, were saying he sucked.
He was not very good.
Well, he popped.
Yeah.
In the 9 games before Toyotathon, he was completing 59%, 14 touchdowns, 10 picks. Okay, 2024, 8 games. They went 5-3, 65% completions, 10 touchdowns, 1 interception, quarterback rating 106. And before that, in 7 games, he had 10 interceptions.
Wow. So it just means more. It just means more.
He loves Toyotathon.
He loves Toyotathon.
And so far this year, in 2 games, 63%, 4 tutties, no picks, quarterback rating 105. They are 2-0. And, before Toyotathon this season across 10 games, he was playing pretty well.
Well, Jordan Love is a good quarterback. I think Love gets caught in the whole Jalen Hurts, Brock Purdy kind of world discussion where we've talked about in the program. We have a real hard time with what to do with quarterbacks. Because
there are some of them, yeah.
Yeah, if you're not one of the top 2 or 3 guys, we try to lump you into just one category, and it's just it's foolish. Now,
right.
Jordan Love's record as a starter isn't necessarily mind-bending. Like the 3 years that he started, they went 9-8, 9-6, and then this year they're 9-3-1. But Jordan Love completes mid-60s. He has a quarterback rating of around 100 every year. It's in the high 90s this year. I think it's 105. And are there things about Jordan Love that you don't like? Sure. Has he made poor decisions? Yes. The playoff one, the interception against the Niners, that one comes to mind. At least once or twice a game, he has a Tony Romo, Dak Prescott moment where you're like, what the hell was that? But he's a hell of a lot closer to Dak Prescott than he is to, I don't know, like a Kirk Cousins. He's a really, really good quarterback. He's just not Josh Allen, Patrick Mahomes, guys like that. So we don't know what to do with him. And for every time he makes one of those plays, we immediately want to tear him down. And the reality is that's just kind of what you're going to get with Jordan Love. He can get better, but even as it stands right now, he's a really good quarterback.
Yeah, there's a lot of guys like that now.
Yeah.
I mean, I think it used to be easier to put quarterbacks in boxes and categories.
Yes.
It's much harder now.
Yes.
Like you look around and you go, God, Dak's really good, but would I want him as my guy? Jordan Love's really good, but would I want him as my guy?
Yeah, we do that.
Baker Mayfield sucked and now he's good, but now he kind of sucks again. And
And
Sam Darnold is getting love, but he turns it over all the time when he plays good teams.
By the way, it's funny you mentioned that. So QBR, it depends, whether you use the QBR or the passer rating, take your pick. But from a QBR standpoint, the top 2 quarterbacks this year in the NFL, do you know who they are?
Matt Stafford.
No. Stafford's fifth.
QBR?
QBR, because Stafford doesn't move around at all. Remember, QBR, it's a little more, it can favor people that are a little more mobile and not statue-esque.
Oh, well, I don't know. Maybe Drake May?
So Drake May's third, and number 1 and 2. So think about the way we talk about Drake
Jordan
May.
Love.
Jordan Love's number 2. And who did we just compare Jordan Love to most? Dak Prescott.
Yeah,
they're 1 and 2.
But we also don't know what to do with them.
Exactly. How about just this? They're good.
Really good.
Now, would you trade one for one of the top 3 guys? Yes. But outside of those guys, just be happy. The idea that some Green Bay fans and some Dallas fans want a better quarterback, I mean, that's, I don't know. That's like driving a Mercedes and being like, well, it's not a Lamborghini. Like, well, you have a Mercedes. Well, I'd rather have a Maybach. Yeah, it's just, it's bizarre, but that's kind of the world that we live in. I mean, my God, the Ravens did this with Lamar Jackson. Lamar Jackson had a lot of Raven fans. I don't know. Oh, we want to pay him. I think we can do better, guys. I think we can do better. And we get it with like Brock Purdy right now is probably the poster child for this. Brock Purdy's a really good quarterback.
He's 24th.
And yet no one gives him any credit.
No, but he's having kind of a He's been down since he's come back.
Yep.
Hasn't been that great. But he is definitely one where it's very polarizing. Caleb Williams is still this.
Yeah. Well, and Williams should be this. Williams right now is kind of starting to scratch the surface of what he can become. That's a guy that really does need to get better. Like right now, he is, if you wanted to say, he's like a Jalen Hurts guy, and that it's a different skill set. His problems aren't Jalen Hurts' problems, but Chicago is winning not necessarily because of Caleb Williams. Now, he's not losing games for them, and there's times he makes really good plays, but one of the weak parts of their game right now is their passing game, and it has to get better, and it is getting better. So what you've seen is Ben Johnson kind of strip this down, and he's remolding Caleb Williams into something. Now, if 2 years from now, if Caleb Williams is having this, then by all means, bitch and moan about it, but you have the makings of what you think should be a franchise quarterback in Caleb Williams, but we don't know yet. And that's the other thing about quarterbacks is we want it now. And if it doesn't come right now, to hell with you, you'll never get there. It's like we forget that some of these guys that come in are really unpolished products and they need time to grow and develop.
Who are the top 6 quarterbacks in the NFL?
This year or just overall? Overall. Well, so Mahomes is 1, Lamar is 2,
okay.
Allen is 3,
okay.
Burrow is 4.
Okay.
To me, I think Dak is there. I think Stafford is there. I think
well, that's 6.
That's 6. There's your top 6. I think Herbert comes in right behind that. And again, if I'm picking who I want to start a franchise, Herbert would be above those 2. But if I had to win one game right now, who I think is the better quarterback, Dak and Stafford are better than Herbert. But obviously Herbert is young, and one day, pretty soon, Herbert will ascend to one of those top 6 positions.
Yeah, I don't think there's anybody else really in the running there, is there?
Well, I mean, you could throw Drake May if you wanted to, but it's way too early. I don't like doing that with young quarterbacks. You have to do it more than, 11, 12 games? Because last year, Drake May, he showed some flashes, but that team was a mess. And this year, you're seeing what Drake May can become, but I'm not going to do that after such a short period of time. I think Jared Goff belongs in that conversation. I thought CJ Stroud would have belonged in that conversation, but I think he's had a regression, but I think he's probably right there. And then I think you have a big pile of guys, like the next 7 or 8 to 10 guys. I think then it comes down to kind of a preference. Like, what do you do with a lot of those guys? Young guys, Bo Nix, Daniel certainly, I think, has some potential, but huge steps back this year. What do we do with him? And then you get into guys that really, like Tua, you paid him, but does anyone really want Tua as the quarterback? But when healthy and protected, he can do some stuff for you. Jalen Hurts has won a Super Bowl, but we've seen his limitations. If you put Jalen Hurts on a bad team, oh my God, like it would be dreadful. I mean, he would just be he'd be a bad quarterback. You can make the argument this year he's been kind of a bad quarterback on an elite team. So it's that you get into sticky stuff. Baker, I think belongs in that mess. And then there's a whole mess of guys that probably shouldn't be starters, but have to be because don't have anyone else.
All right, you think we're sports crazed over here. Wait till you hear this next story. Next on The Fan.
It's time for a Ducks Report, the inside story on Ducks athletics. Brought to you by Mods PDX. The future of building is here.
The one thing you control is win. So anybody that's complaining that they're not in, that means they didn't win enough, right? So it's your fault if you don't make it. But there's definitely some things that could be different. If you're in it, that means you won enough. If you didn't, it means you didn't win enough.
Yeah. Very matter of fact.
I very much enjoy
from the great Dan Lanning.
Dan Lanning when it comes to this sort of stuff.
Yeah.
Even if he feels that they've been jobbed or slighted or whatever, you will never hear it from him. And I appreciate that.
That's right, because you know what he is? He's a man who controls the controllables.
Yes.
And he doesn't worry about anything else.
In a world full of Notre Dames, be Dan Lanning.
You just can't control everything.
No.
Can't worry about it. Mods PDX, the future of building is here.
The Portland Trailblazers are Isaac and Suk on the Fan Sports Network, 105.1 FM and 1080 AM.
All right, no speculation here, okay?
I love to speculate.
All right, let's speculate.
Let's do it.
So, we have got sports over here in the U.S.
Yes. I'm watching it right now.
That's why we're on. We talk about it. We love it.
7-0 Bucks.
Gets wild out there. But nothing like across the pond.
No, they take their soccer very seriously, and darts and cricket and everything else.
Primetime Finland, where the
Finns.
9-time Finland champions dropped out of the, Vikas Liga.
Sure, let's go with that.
Top flight in October.
Okay.
They had a dismal year.
Is this soccer, I'm assuming?
Yeah. FC Haka, top flight club in Finland. Okay. And they were relegated because they had such a bad
Can't
year.
have that.
One side of their stadium has just been burnt down.
I'm guessing the fans didn't take this very well.
It seems. But that's why I say, let's not speculate. Who knows? Maybe it was an electrical fire. I don't know.
Just one side of the stadium? Like they
just
were
one
only...
side.
Oh, yeah, I see that right there.
Yeah, absolutely en fuego. Burned to the ground.
Well.
And they have made arrests now.
Boy, I'll tell you what, that really is something.
Yeah, if that's their fans.
Well, and the Finns are like the nicest people in the world. The Scandinavians, I mean.
Well, they made arrests and it's 3 15-year-old boys.
Oh.
And they won't be charged because they're too young.
Really?
Yeah.
That's what we're doing?
Well, it's not what we're doing. It's what they're doing.
So if you're 15, you can set the stadium on fire, and we're just like, no. I guess we do that here too, right?
No. Well, I mean, sort of. The kid that set the gorge.
Eagle Creek fire.
The Eagle Creek.
Yeah.
That's what I was looking for. The Eagle Creek fire. He has to pay
He'll never, ever actually.
You'll never pay. You don't go to prison. Remember, we had that one gang for a while that was having like 11-year-olds carjack people because the 11-year-olds can't be charged. So I mean, there is an element to that. I mean, just if you want to burn. Look, I can see a group of soccer hooligans wanting to burn down the stadium, but like, all right, we'll get the 15-year-olds to do it.
Have kids do your
Have
dirty
kids
work.
do it. Yeah.
Yeah. So,
apparently, by the way, this is not the first time a Turkish team in 2016 got demoted, and they too burned down their stadium. At least they did it right after the game. They set the field and the stands on fire.
Yeah, they don't mess around, dude.
No. You imagine like you lose a big game and
Autzen burns.
And someone's like, that's it. Like
if Autzen or if
JMU,
if Oregon loses to the Dukes of Madison James, will they burn Autzen to the ground?
Well, look, if you think you're a great fan base, I think you have a responsibility to burn the stadium down if indeed you lose this game. Boy, I'll tell you what.
Yeah, it's crazy.
I am glad that we do not have European passion. There's many things about Europe that I wish we would be more like. This is not one of them.
Yeah, I wonder what our show would be like over there. Or I mean, like if that passion were here,
yeah,
and we just did our, like we'd probably be dead by now.
I would think so. Well, we would have made fun of somebody, and then
that's serious business over there.
We would have been firebombed.
Yeah,
100%.
I think the whole bit we have here is that it's just sports. Who cares? We're
That's
just
not
making
gonna,
fun of it. That ain't gonna fly.
No,
not in Finland for
not
TC
in Helsinki.
Haka.
Not in Helsinki. Damn it! Not up in here.
Or FC Haka. What do they call them? Football club. Is
yeah.
that what FC stands
yes.
for? Football.
Yeah, football club.
Yeah, football club Haka.
Yeah. I'll tell you what, though, it's an impressive fire. I mean,
dude,
yeah, it was pretty
torch
good.
the place.
Yeah. Only one half of it, though, to be fair. I can see him in the court being like, all right, Your Honor, I get it. We got a little loose, but to be fair, one side of the stadium, just one, and it barely burnt the pitch. It'd be fine.
Nobody died, right?
No one died.
Yeah.
No one was there.
That's still just
except for the kids.
I'm not lie, between the two, because I got footage of both, I think the Turks did it better. Look up the, boy, you want to talk about mispronouncing a name? How would you go with ESKISEHIRSPOR? Mm-hmm.
I'm going to go,
Turkish.
Eskerspor. Eskisipor.
The Turkish.
Awesome.
Yeah,
Is that a Turkish accent? Do yourself a favor and look up that, because they burnt the stadium literally right after the game. Like that's more. Don't do it afterwards when everyone's gone. Have some balls to do it in the midst of your anger. I don't appreciate that you waited until everyone was gone and then you plotted it. Also, can I point out that in this one, they were prepared to burn the state. They came to the game to cheer, and then when it didn't go their way, they didn't have to leave. They already had the material there to burn the stadium and the field.
And it was the same thing. They got relegated. They lost the match 2-1. They got relegated, so the fans tore the stadium apart, lighting bleachers and billboards on fire.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow.
The best part is like the coach.
God.
The coach is just kind of wandering around on the field, like after with his hands in his pocket, like, well,
This is unfortunate.
this is happening. And we thought LeGarrette Blount punching someone was like misbehaving. Or do you think they make fun of like the Malice at the Palace? Because that's like our big, when you say that's like our biggest sports black eye for like fan behavior, was that?
The Cleveland Bottlegate too. I think that might be a good one as well.
Oh, the discos at the disco sucks night or whatever.
No, that was
beer.
Chicago. This is when everybody threw glass bottles onto the field, remember, and the teams had to leave.
Yeah, so like if that's our biggest black eye, do you think the Turkish fans are looking at us like, really? Like you had two fans get punched and like threw some garbage at one another? That's your big deal? Do we burn down a stadium like every other year? What are you talking about? They throw road flares for S's and giggles.
Perhaps the team will wake its ass up and stop losing games.
Yeah.
How about that? It's called a message is what it is.
I like it.
Don't lose to the Dukes and Madison James.
Yeah, you always hear like Dave Portnoy, like Michigan won't stand for this. Oh, I think you will stand for it. You know what they won't stand for? You burning down their stadium. That does send a clear message. I appreciate the European passion.
You know, I wouldn't be for Blazers fans like burning Moda down, but like maybe, you know, egging it, like the offensive coordinator for Michigan State or whatever got egged.
No,
like,
that
yes,
was
please.
the Eagles.
Excuse me.
Yeah,
the
we
Philadelphia
freaked
Eagles,
out
yeah.
when the Eagles coach had some eggs thrown at his house. Europe, they're not throwing eggs. Throwing Molotov cocktails is what they're doing.
The Disco Demolition Night.
Yeah, I remember that.
That was at Comiskey.
Oh, my bad. Disco sucks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then there was they did like a nickel beer night or something. One like they did super cheap beer, and it
what could possibly go wrong?
Yeah, shocking development. Like 10-cent beer night or whatever didn't go well.
It was a Cleveland Indians Texas Rangers game in Cleveland, Ohio on June 4th, 1974.
Yeah. What was it? Was it?
It was 10-cent beer night, equivalent to just about 70 cents now.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
I'm there. I don't even like beer.
You put that in a hostile Philadelphia crowd. Go to like a Phillies game, although they were terrible at the time. So you got to find a bad baseball team like Pittsburgh. Go to a Pittsburgh game in the middle of the year and have 70-cent beer night. See what happens.
All right, we got to go. Club 1080 is. I mean, it's not Club 1080.
It's just the club.
Man, I haven't made that mistake in a while.
I was doing it while you were gone, left and right.
Yeah. I mean, it was a staple.
I know. It was simpler times back then.
Yeah, I just want to be on the AM, man. More of an AM guy.
You want that throwback signal? You know, it's still there.
What? Oh, it is?
Yeah.
Oh, dude, I haven't been on the AM since we moved over.
Yeah.
How about that?
Oh, sorry.
How
Whatever.
about that AM?
What other AM station is there?
There's a couple.
Is there?
Yeah. Well, we have another one.
Listen to, was that like the Spanish radio broadcast or?
I do.
Was it K-Love?
I don't know.
K-Boo maybe?
I loved the AM radio.
So did Everclear. I heard it on the AM radio.
All right, let's take a look at the notes here. What do we have?
Going deep into the tickle trunk already?
The most fun cities in the United States, why leftover pizza is actually healthier, and the word of the year. Next on the Fiat.
Hey, it's Suk.
Now, from the George McCoy at Warren Allen Sports Desk, a Sports Center update on the Fan Sports Network, 105.1 FM and 1080 AM.
This update is brought to you by Reynolds Defense Firm. If you've been arrested for DUI, you need a team of attorneys that you can put your trust into. Call Reynolds Defense Firm today online at reynoldsdefensefirm.com. First on The Fan, the Portland Trailblazers back in action after a 3-day layoff in Nollins to face off against the Pelicans. Right now, about 3.5 minutes to go in the first half. Portland leading 59-58. Shaden Sharp and Sidi Sissoko each with 10 points, but it's Ryan Rupert surprisingly leading the way points-wise. He's got 14 total, 2 3-pointers in that total as well. Once again, it's a close one, but Portland leads 59-58 in Nollins over the Pelicans. Over to the NFL Thursday Night Football, kicking Week 15 off tonight in Tampa as the Buccaneers host the Falcons. That one is tied at 7 apiece. Each team putting up a it was a receiving touchdown from Kirk Cousins to Kyle Pitts for the Falcons, but it was rushing on the ground. Sean Tucker getting the Bucs on the board. More sports scores and stories in 30 minutes. I'm Schulte from the George McCoy at Warren Allen Sports Desk. Hurt and missing work? Insurance companies acting like jerks? Don't call your mom. Call George McCoy at warrenallen.com.
The home of Primetime with Isaac and Sue. Weekdays 3 to 7. The Fan Sports Network, 105.1 FM and 1080 AM. The following program may not be suitable for children.
Hold on to your butts.
As the sun sets over Slab Town, in the shadows of the Fremont Bridge, a club comes to life where you can let your freak flag fly.
There's a new fiesta in the making as we speak. Full kegs. Everybody's gonna be there. You ought to go.
The only thing that's off limits are the words you can't say thanks to the FCC.
They don't know what the they're doing. Do you understand that?
We've given away too much to arrive at these political compromises. Yeah.
Google me, bitch.
Oh no, oh no.
Well, my.
Oh, dear. Oh, I'm hurt. No, there don't. Yeah, well, no, I don't know.
America, yeah! Uneducated people, yeah! Screw the learned people! No, I told you, dumb bitch!
Well, I had to squirt.
It's time for the club, baby, on 105.1 and 1080. The Fan. Hoo-wee.
All right, hello. I was lamenting this, I was listening to Jordan do his sports snort there.
Yes.
Who the hell is that guy you're talking about for the Blazers? Who is that?
Which one? Ryan Rupert?
No, I know.
So he is from France.
Yeah.
Sidi Sissoko.
Yeah.
Who the hell is Sidi Sissoko?
Right in the middle of it.
And why is he playing?
Because they've got no one else.
They don't have anyone else, man. Everyone's hurt. They've gone to the other Frenchman because the Frenchman that they drafted that was supposed to be good sucks.
Yeah.
You think that CD sucks. Wait till you see Rupert play.
This guy's like a second-round pick from San Antonio.
That's where he came because he was here a little bit last year in Portland towards the end of the year.
He was, but now, not tonight, but like he's been starting for Portland.
Yeah.
He's coming off the bench tonight.
He's a starter?
Right now, they don't have anyone else.
Yeah, as of the last
Why
month or
can't
so.
Thiago Splitter play?
Actually,
he's
I think
better than that guy.
I'd rather have him.
Jesus, man.
I'm just reading the box score, bruh. Sorry.
Well, I just threw me for a loop. I'm like, I don't really watch him. I don't really care. But
I mean, it threw me
like,
for a loop.
At least I know who's on the team, but maybe I don't. Who's this Sidi Sissoko?
Sissoko. I think it's
Japanese guy.
It does kind of sound a little Japanese, but no, he's a Frenchman.
I love it. I think the bigger surprise is that Ryan Rupert is leading the way in points because he is sucked.
Wait, is it Ryan?
Yes.
Yes.
It's not Ryan?
No, it's Ryan.
And he is terrible, but tonight I saw someone tweet it out. It goes, This is better than anything he's ever done combined with the Blazers.
Let's trade him after tonight. Ready, go.
His stock
was he an Olshey guy or was he a...
No, he was an Olshey guy.
Oh. I think he was. Yeah, he's been around a while.
2023.
Yeah, he's been around a little bit.
Is that Olshey?
I think that was the first Joe Cronin draft. Am I not mistaken?
Might have
That
been.
was Scoot Henderson's year. 2023, which
All I
was
know
Joe
is I was
Cronin.
told at one point that Ryan Rupert was going to be some sort of great player, and he's averaging 1 point and 1 rebound.
Well, when have they ever drafted someone and said, well, yeah, we don't really know
Hey,
about this
Scoot
guy.
was a generational player that under no circumstances could you pass up, and he's been fantastic.
I mean, just once I would love for them to come out and draft a guy and be like, yeah, I mean, look, there's really no one else out there, so we just grabbed him. We think he sucks.
Young Hansen? You mean the Chinese Jokic?
I feel
big tariff?
I feel like that was code for what they were saying, Rob, is like, well, we believe we're taking a shot at this kid. No, there was nobody else. But it was Scoot, Chris Murray, and Ryan Repair that, if I'm not mistaken, Joe Cronin said, we were so excited. All of these guys were on our first-round draft board.
Absolutely. Hey, Young Hansen, are you kidding me? Guy's the future of the league.
City Sissoko. Son of a bee.
Get excited. You
God.
all you need to know is he's number 91. I'm gonna get you a 91 Blazers jersey.
Hey, you guys know that leftover pizza is actually healthier for you?
It tastes good.
Is this all a relative sort of
What do you mean?
healthy pizza? Is this gonna convince like drunken people as you're eating cold pizza that it's fine?
Well, yeah, I think so. I think it should.
Yeah. Well,
It should convince you to let your pizza cool and then eat it.
How exactly does that? I'm interested.
gonna tell
I'm
you.
interested to see where this goes.
I like hot pizza, so.
I know it's way better hot, but
yeah, there's an element to cold pizza that works.
have you guys heard of resistance? Excuse me. Have you heard of resistant starch? Have you heard that term?
I have no idea what that is.
Okay, so that is a thing in the food world.
Okay.
So researchers have discovered that if you cool starchy foods like pizza or rice, it creates something called resistant starch, which is a carb that basically behaves like fiber, and it alters your blood sugar response. In other words, it actually, once the pizza or rice or whatever cools, it actually affects your body differently.
So don't eat hot carbs?
Well, that's kind of what it's saying. So here is an interview with a bro. Let me get his name.
Because now I need to know, are we talking room temperature pizza or do I need to get out of the fridge pizza? Because both have their own unique charms.
That's a good question.
Yeah.
Let me see. This is an interview with, who the hell is this guy?
I don't know.
City Sabali. Plays for the Blazers.
And is doing resistant starch research, apparently, while you're at it.
Type 1 diabetes. Yeah, I don't know. This is some science guy, okay?
Some guy who's
Bill
versed
Nye.
in the diabetes.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah.
The secret is that, okay, it says leftover pizza is actually better for you. Is that true? And they asked this guy.
Sure.
And the secret is that this is just the surface of the fact, and the deeper we go, the more fun and weirder the science gets.
Okay.
Because your first thought on hearing something like that is probably why? Why would leftover pizza be healthier for me? The answer has to do with what happens when you cool the delicious crust.
Okay.
So when you cool a pizza to below 40 degrees Fahrenheit,
you do want to get fridge pizza.
some of the starches in the dough will start to mingle together to form long chains called resistant starches. They resist digestion, and another word for a carbohydrate that resists digestion is fiber. And even if you reheat the pizza, the chains stay intact. So your body doesn't break them down to sugar. They mostly pass through.
Interesting. So you can get the hot pizza. You just have to cool it first. So if I get a fresh pizza delivered from whatever TJ McScratchy's place, I put it in the fridge for like an hour, then reheat it, and I'm eating better pizza?
I don't know that you're eating better pizza, but you're eating better for you pizza.
Like what? Give me a percentage on how much better this pizza is. Are we talking like 6%? Is it like a 50% difference?
This says, he continues, he says, this could help reduce blood sugar spikes for people with diabetes or people who just need more fiber for a healthier gut. And this seems to work for a lot of starches like rice, pasta, potatoes, even beans and lentils.
Interesting.
Heating, then cooling the starch changes its properties. It's like tempering chocolate and forging a strong steel or forging a stronger steel. But we can go even deeper into this fun fact because another question you might have is how? How did scientists study, analyze, and figure this out? And for that, it says we need to go to the actual papers.
It is interesting that someone is studying this.
Yeah.
Like of all the things that you could be trying to figure out, you're trying to figure out how your fat ass can eat more pizza and have it be better for you. Does seem to be, maybe not the priority research that we should be focusing on, but all right.
Well, I think there's room for all of it. We should study everything. And this is where you'll find electron microscope photographs of old rice showing these long starchy fibers forming and then sticking around sticking around through simulated digestion.
But it's work because we eat rice in my house with like every meal. So after it's done, she makes rice balls. So she takes rice, puts it in plastic wrap, like in, like fist-sized balls, puts it in the freezer, and then when you want to eat rice, 2 minutes in the microwave and away you go. So what you're saying is the BTJ has been onto this for years. Her way of eating rice is the best way, which is the Japanese way.
Well, yeah, if you want some fiber.
Yeah.
And you don't want the carbs.
Yeah, the carbs.
So look, this guy goes on to say, I've read this whole article, and he said, listen, we've been eating food, since we've existed.
Sure.
However, we don't it's so complex the way foods interact with the body.
Sure.
That we're only just now learning a lot about how foods in our body commingle.
Yeah.
And this is another new one where they're like, oh my God.
Well, I read a book on it I like the anti-aging stuff. I'm one of those like, dude, let's just try to live this thing the best we can for as long as we can. Within reason, because, well, I like to drink and eat. I
like turtles.
The anti-aging doctor pointed out that in like human history, human evolution, we are so early in this process of what we consider modern life. And one of the things he did talk about there was like even farming, like eating, like the way we eat is so young in human evolution. You're talking about a couple thousand years. And in like truly modern eating with the processed foods and all that stuff, we're like 100 years into it. And the idea of like back in the day, the idea of cold beverages, there was nothing cold. There was nothing cold. Everything was room temperature. They didn't heat stuff up the way we did it. So like we have only been eating this way for a few decades. And there's just no way for our body, like evolution wise, to adjust to something.
Yep.
It takes hundreds of years or thousands of years even to adapt to a certain way. And he said that our lifestyle has changed so radically. He said, when you look even the last 100 years, let alone the last 500 years, think about the way the food we ate, how we ate it, when we ate it, all of that stuff, how it was prepared 100 years, 200, 300, 400 years ago. And our body just can't keep up. And it was his working theory. That's why we have an increase in all the, problems that we have, cancers and metabolic stuff. And our body just isn't used to it.
Well, I think the thing that is wild to me, and I've only really just discovered this over the last, 5 to 10 years or so.
Mhm.
And that's mainly because I'm an idiot.
Well, aren't we all?
But I think the thing that's amazing is we don't listen to our bodies.
No, not at all.
And regardless of science and stuff like this that we learn, that we now know to be true.
Yeah.
Really all you have to do when eating